Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome along to round number 2 of the ACC Drive Endurance Series. My name is John Wright, aka Double O Raven, and I will be taking you through all the action once again after an absolute cracker at the Red Bull Ring. We are off to the duel in the Asian Racing Crown. Suzuka, an absolute worldie of a track. As I said last week, it was the Red Bull Ring, and it was Oplite that took the top spot in the GT3 Sim RC Endurance, taking second and third. In the GT4s, my apologies, in the GT4s, Fort Club mirroring Sim RC, 2 on the podium. It was 1-3 for Fort Club, with Khaled Racing in second. In 5th place, Khaled's second car, ranked 13th in the lobby, bringing it home in 5th position. Quite the result for them. In the standings, as you would imagine, in the GT4s, it's Fort Club that are atop of the table with Khaled. No surprises there. In second place, Apex Predators, currently third, with MR Reparto and Buchenholz rounding out the top 5. And in the GT3s, is Oplite, who sit atop the table with Sim RC Endurance, unsurprisingly, in second. We play in third. Live for Race certainly did. Fourth after round 1. An Alpha Racing team taking 5th position in the standings after one round. We have, of course, an absolute cracker of a schedule of races. As you can see, we started off at the Red Bull Ring. Suzuka, we're off to Spa next, then Kailami, then Misano, then Watkins Glen for the first half of the season. Imola, Brands Hatch, Bathurst, Barcelona, I love an alliteration, Silverstone, and the Nürburgring will round out the season. And of course the prize is up for grabs in the ACC Endurance Series. 10 per team, so top in GT3s and GT4s. Lifetime licenses for ACC Drive. Not too bad at all. We are running slightly late this evening. Apologies for that. The drivers are well and truly into their qualifying session. We've only got 6 minutes left. And at the minute it is Sim RC Endurance who are enduring a fast track It has to be said, 40% cloud cover, 12% chance of rain. Fingers crossed. Of course, the 48-minute stint timer over the 118-minute race. We'll see if the GT4s go double stinting once again. But yeah, as I say, SimRC Endurance currently at the top. Firefly Racing with Manuel Wagner in the Bentley. We love the LFN Bob. They're in second place, and then as a Mustang, Live for Race. Currently in third position. Live for Race in fourth. Sorry, in fifth, because they've just been overtaken. Oh, by their sister car. No, sorry. BEGO Racing, Mohammed Irfan in the Aston Martin. Now that is a mix of cars you love to see up at the top. Ford Club up at the top once again. The Porsche leading the way in the GT4s around this track, some of the longest straights in motor racing. Tobias Gebel in the Ginetta. He's just coming round the last corner. This is not a flying lap, so this won't see an improvement. Khaled Racing. I've got the Mercedes up into third at the moment. Milan Kish for Sunset Outrun. Now, he is moving very quickly, so we'll keep an eye on this one as he comes through 130R. Cheeky bit of wind for this one as well, actually. 5 kilometres an hour. We'll see if that holds through the race. Certainly should see some quicker times. What I'll do, I will open the chat as well. If you are in the chat, give us a shout. Let us know who you are cheering on. Let's go, says V Marquez. Marx, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I do get any of the names wrong, I'm more than happy to be corrected. And in fact, as he was doing that, I missed how he got on. He's taking pole in the GT4s. So he was moving as quickly as that suggested, and that is Sunset Outrun, outrunning the rest of the field in the sunset. It does seem more than that. And I believe, yes, that is my voice I can hear on there. So yes, we are on the English YouTube and Twitch over on the German channel as well. Spanish broadcast as well, LFM, no half measures with the broadcast. And make sure you get signed up onto their website. 250,000 drivers cannot be wrong. If you're looking to take part in some top-end competition with a phenomenal licensing system, get yourself involved. Supportable, of course, on Patreon as well. Get into the Discord, get stuck in. Get yourself out on track. Forum Motorsport have got some interesting indications on the timing. I'm not sure they're fully accurate. Zahentner's still got the top spot in the GT3s with Irfan up into second place. We play third, Firefly now in fourth, and Live for Race in fifth and sixth as we see somebody just popping off the long exit of turn number 1. Looking good at the minute. Laugenberg with a good race last week. He's certainly tracking for a better qualifying time than the one he's got at the moment. Not many drivers sub 2 minutes. So it goes to show you, yeah, I mean, it's not the trickiest of conditions. Still 28 degrees, so not overly high, but the track is only fast rather than optimum. So the full grip is not there, that is for sure. And you really need it through that corner especially. But yeah, at the minute, Laugenberg certainly looking to get a lot closer to the 2 minutes than he currently is. And he has dropped a couple of tenths out with that last corner. Benjamin Voigt also looking very quick as well. Laugenberg crosses the line. And it was an invalid lap, thank you very much. Under the bus we go. Benjamin Voigt. He is in an Aston Martin, the Home Sim Racing esports car. Gleaming in the sunshine. He is going quickly at the minute, so is Kreuter, who's just behind him, so we could see some big changes very quickly. Richard and Tal is going quick as well. And Thrain, son of, not anyone getting that reference? Any Lord of the Rings fans out there? Yep, just unleashing my full geekiness. Let's see what Benjamin Boyd can do. Ooh, bit of a white flag. He has violated the track limits. So no time for him. Nice bit of slipstream for the McLaren behind him though. He's in a Team 32 livery. Might actually drive for Team 32 with the pace he's shown in a minute. That's a 6/10 improvement. 5th position. That is how we'll lay a marker down with a minute to go, and he's pulled over. So that will be a 1 minute 59.877 for Anatoly Kreuton. That'll be his final go at it. But Sebastian Hentner, I had to look over there as I thought the track had hit optimum. He's actually threatening a comfortable 58 at the minute. I'm not sure if that is accurate. We shall see. GT4s look like they're about done and dusted. Jay Stevens is carrying a couple of tenths just at the start of the lap. So too is Warmerdam for the CLW racing team. They are just at the start of their lap. Let's see what Zahentner is going to do here. Now it says he's half a second up. That would be quite a leap on the rest of the field and an absolute marker laid down before we go into the race. Let's see if that actually does come to fruition. It does indeed. 158. 8.702 for Sim RC Endurance by Barmenia. And blimey, Barmenia, that is a banger of a lap to put in. And he's still out on track and going to go for another one as well. It does look like Irfan is down. Irfan checkered flag. No more times will come in. Manuel Wagner then in the Bentley. He's just coming through the anti-banked curve, so he's got a fair chunk of the lap left to go. Yeah, no improvements from it. Oh no, sorry, we've got a couple actually. Krobler looking for a 3/10 improvement. This, yeah, that would be enough to see him up a spot. Let's go. Irfan says Death Eagle 42. He certainly is. Second place. The Aston Martins are strong around here, it would seem. The BMR car is certainly still showing as purple, but not. Let's see what Manuel Wagner can do for Firefly Racing. Is he going to get close enough? Oh, I tell you what, he's going to need an absolutely heroic lap if he's going to get even second place. Oh no, my apologies, sorry, he's aiming for second at the minute. He is aiming for second at the minute. Oh, this is going to be close. Death Eagle 42, thank you very much for the subscription. Hold on tight here. This is going to the wire. He's just been overtaken as well as Anthalpops one way up into third place, but that could well be fourth because Manuel Wagner has found the grip of destiny in that BMW. He's 5/10 of a second up. This is going to put him smack bang in the middle of Zahentner and Infab. Oh, and he's lost a few tenths coming out of the last corner of the Casio Triangle. Is that going to be the undoing of second place? Is he destined for the front row or the second row? He's across the line. It is the front row by less than a tenth of a second. Sorry, just over a tenth of a second. Wow. 1 1/4 tenths of a second. Manuel Wagner squeezes himself onto the front row of the grid, and 6/10 behind Zahentner. Zahentner's got this absolutely on lock after that qualifying. Let's just tidy that up a bit. So yeah, we'll get the grid going in a moment once that comes through. There we go, but I can confirm, of course, it was the Hentner taking the top spot there. 6/10 of a second. That is an absolute monster of a time. Manuel Wagner pinching it away from Irfan there, right at the death of qualifying. Heroic time set there by him. Very, very, very nicely done indeed. Let's just balance this audio a bit better. And in the GT4s, yeah, Krasov holding on to that top spot, or retaking the top spot, sorry, right at the death, ahead of Milan Kish. What a what a race this is going to be. 37 cars lining up on the grid. Let's see if we can get the grid on the go. There we go then. Confirmation. Sim RC by Barmenia. Two drivers in the car this time out on the front row of the grid. Joining them will be Manuel Wagner for Firefly Racing. Then it'll be the Aston Martin. Mohammed Irfan taking third place. Whoops. Then it is Richard Antal for Richard Antal Endurance. He'll be followed up in fifth position by We Play. Pobedlinski driving this one solo this week again. Quite a few drivers like to do that. SimRC Pro-Am team by Barmenia, Lucas Thrain and Schlitzmuller behind the wheel of that Aston Martin this week, with solo driver Anatoly Kreutin starting in 7th place. 8th place will be Live for Race, Marco Perseccini driving solo as well. Kevin Florenti, another Live for Race car, and driving solo again. I do love these short 3-hour races. Bora Motorsport Racing. Roar will take the opening laps with Homo Sim Racing Esports starting in 11th place in the Aston Martin. Tim Flake for SL Racing Team in the Ferrari, 2:297, good enough for 12th place, and ahead of Tobias Laugenberg. Big jump at the end for the Carlet Racing Team, gets them up to 13th place for the start. Then it is Pepega Motorsport. They've got a 2:527 to see them in 14th place. Then it is Team Dragon, Dragon Racing Team. I've anointed them Team Dragon. Apex Predator starting in 16th position. Oops, ahead of Stefan Vimozar, the Pit Speed Racing Porsche, finding their way up to 17th. Then it is the No Skill Just Luck team. They had a fair bit of luck last week, that's for sure. Bit of skill in there as well, I would say. 19th for the Lynx Racing Spain team. They've got their Ferrari just over the 2:1 mark. Then it is Streiter Motorsport in the Ferrari, 2:1.2 for them. They've got a Mustang chasing them into turn 1, but it is a friendly fire though. Streiter Motorsport starting in 21st as well. Just ahead of the Fisher Racing Casual team, 22nd place for them in the McLaren. We've jumped ahead. Miato, there he is, in the Aston Martin, bringing up the rear of the GT3 field. Then it's 4 Club, once again leading the way in the GT4s. Closely followed Sunset Outrun, very nearly getting the pole position in the GT4s. Then it's Carlet Racing, Timo Krobler. They're in 3rd. TG Racing in 4th place in the Ginetta. 5th place for the Pixel Pilots in the Mercedes. Absolutely love that livery. Then in 6th is Warmerdam for CLW. He's got Christian Weiss joining him today as well. Jay Stevens, Generational Racing Mercedes, another one going solo this afternoon. Tone Star, Valhalla Racing in the McLaren. Mid-pack in the GT3s. He's going to be followed by Florian Vilmar into turn number 1, the Carlet Racing Mercedes, starting 32nd place overall. They did qualify ahead of the Maserati, Lapke Motorsport, Klimov, another solo driver today. Lynx Racing with another GT4 in the top 10. Car 410, starting 34th place overall. Another Aston Martin on the grid, Marco Ripper for GC Racing. He is going to start ahead of LMP Racing, Pascal Lan in the McLaren, and bring up the rear of the GT4s and indeed the field. Tobias Korn for Butch Holtz Racing, 5th in the championship. So expect big things come the end of the race. Let me just close that down. There we go. As I mentioned, it is a 180-minute race, 3 hours for the teams and drivers. As we've seen, a lot of them driving solo. We'll see how they go on with that. Of course, 48-minute stint timer though either way. The GT3 is probably going to struggle to double stint the tyres as you would expect, although when I say double stint, you can maybe do a 48 and then a 30. Yeah, mix it up a bit. We will see. We will see. The GT4 certainly do like to mix up their strategies. We've seen quite a few double stinting efforts with drive-throughs, solely using the drive-through to clear their stint timer and yeah, get back on track. Now we've got another follow as well. Dadarm, C Dadarm. Welcome in. Motoring along the back straight now through 130R, then the Casio Triangle. They're all going to fall into line. Turn 1 here, I think genuinely, and correct me if anyone in the chat thinks I'm wrong, I do think it's one of the most difficult turn 1s in the whole of motor racing. I know Monza gets a hard time. There's a heavy braking zone at Monza, I will say that, but this is not so much of a heavy braking zone. A little dab, especially in the GT3s. Dab of the brake, turn it in, throw it in. Are you going round the outside? Do you prefer to be on the inside of that one? I'm pretty sure I like to be on the outside all the way through turn 1 and 2 to make sure I've got the snakes. Get them through there, but I commentate. These all drive, so we'll find out how it's done very shortly. Lucas Road will lead us away for Sim RC Endurance. He will be followed by Wagner and Irfan. Antal in 4th place. And here we go, green lights, foot down, flat out and flying into turn number 1. The McLaren's got a good run in the background there, so too is the BMW. With a good side-by-side, up at the front of the raid, it's Manuel Wagner who's temporarily taking the lead. He's got his nose back out in front on the exit to turn number 2, the first corner, but it is Barminia that are going to hold on to this one. Look how close they are as the Bentley gets it up the inside. No, they're taking it absolutely side by side through the first 4 corners. This can only be good news for the drivers behind us. The Ferrari of Richard Antal. Can't believe he's luck that he's witnessing here. Absolute door banging scenes. There will be wing mirror babies between these 2 cars before the end of the first sector. Never mind the end of this lap. They're heading up the hill through Dunlop. Down where Angels fear to tread, and the Bentley's got himself in front, 2 of the biggest cars in the grid, and they're absolutely dueling it out through the deck as they go. And the Ferrari looking to pounce to get a double overtake potentially as these 2 hustled on, but nothing doing. You can see an absolute solid train of cars there. Can't confirm that Krasov has held on the lead, but Krobler's gone up to 2nd place. Milan Kish down to 3rd, so there's been a bit of jostling in the GT4s. We've got Baptiste who's tumbled down the order. We'll check about some replays of that. He seems to be the only wayward GT3 at the minute. Certainly no waywardness for the Bentley. Absolute hustle, bustle. Every day they're hustling. I think it's safe to say I should really sing that one and give it its due. With that Bentley battle with Aston Martin will live on in the memory for quite some time. We've had a bit of moving and shaking. We do have Captivia who's out for Lynx Racing Team. He started for them last week. He's actually dropped a couple of positions. Oh, and out with Spoon, he's dropped another position there. Really not finding his grip through Spoon. Can't confirm actually. Bora Racing now down 15 positions. Just got past Milan Kish and still got another GT4 car to get past as well, so not been a good start for them. Captivia we did mention, so yeah, the start as well. Lucas Road down 1, and Irfam. Oh, Irfam's lost a spot as well. Richard Antal did get that move done, so it has been all changed. Yeah, so my apologies, I absolutely did not click. The reason we were on board with the Ferrari watching the lead battles because he had got himself past Irfam, so all chopping and changing through the field. Little bits of changes here and there, although Sebastian Papi for Nalhala, they've dropped down 5. They're now 2nd last in the GT4 class, so they have tumbled down, so we'll see if they can use their pace to get back up. We do have a yellow flag. Schlitzterl there, I think, just popped off track a bit. For the Fisher Racing Casual team, has managed to steady the ship, and it is still running. Should we have a quick look? There was a few jostles down the grid at the start of the race. Let's have a quick, oops, he says quick look. Yeah, let's have a quick look and see what the replays are going to bring our way. So Krobler in the Mercedes, 24th, so smack bang in the middle of the pack. Oh yeah, it moved over. Oh, there was a meeting of the minds on the straight. Not overly much contact there. Car 413 with a yellow flag as well, going a bit slow, I think. A couple of the GT3s. Oh yeah, two wheels on the grass. You're not going to get any braking there. And yeah, nice overtake. Oh, and he's completely lost control and gone into the wall. That is an unfortunate one there. For the McLaren Pascal Land. That's how he's ended up down at the back of the field. Thorsten Dragon, the Dragon Racing Team Honda, involved in a bit of an incident as well. As you can see, absolutely nose to tail through turns 3, 4 and 5. They're heading up the hill to Dunlop. This is down towards the Degners. Oh, just a little bit of a door bang there. He keeps it side by side. Another bit of a touch there, so nothing too big between those drivers. The Fisher Racing casual car, I think I did mention, down a few positions. Oh no, sorry, up 2. But I think there was a bit of contact with the Mustang at the turn 1 perhaps. Oh, the Aston Martin coming from absolutely no place. So much better on the brakes there, and ends up making contact with the back of the car in front. And we've just had Iden for Streiter Racing. This is the no skill, just luck team chasing them into turn number 1. Looking for a bit of a slipstream. They're showed the inside line. Oh yeah, just the tiniest of touches there. Both cars surviving easily. Let's have a look and see how they are still running. Dragon, 13th position then. So actually up 2, so that contact has worked out okay for him. Pobodinsky is looking for an overtake. This would be on Irfan. Irfan losing a couple of positions already. Sorry, losing a position so far. Pobodinsky with a very good solid start to the race. Didn't get involved in any of the battles that were going on, and it's coming into his favour now. You can see he's got a little bit of breathing space to a solid train of cars exiting spoon behind him. Brighton, Persini, Florenti and Voigt looking very close. Certainly not an easy position to get an overtake through, much like Blanchimont at Spa. You could, but why would you, quite frankly? Is it worth it in the long run? Probably not. Oh, Timo Krobler is in the lead of the GT4s. Ford Club, wow, Krobler on an absolute charge. Quantum physics. Love it. Big fan of physics, got to be honest. Let's see. Krasov, 401. He did have an accident. Let's jump on a replay. This might be one that I've already picked up on, it just didn't fully register. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, we saw them with the coming together at the start of the lap. This one here tries to follow him through, and the two cars ahead were battling. Oh, and he's drifted over, big shoulder bars, and it's almost taken out the leader. He wants to take some off-track action to keep himself on the straight and narrow. That one could have been a race ender for more than one car. Never mind just then, but yeah, that's put Krobler in the lead of the race. Krasov now in second, and that is an absolute massively tight battle just behind them. Sunset Outrun, Milan Kish, and that sounds like a car very much alongside, and it is. Oh, and they've made a little bit of contact. They're trying to be clever with the cameras, and it is backfiring as we can hear the exhaust of the Ginetta backfiring as he had the back clean out of that one. And Sunset Outrun, they're going to need to do some serious outrunning now. That is an absolute delight to watch off that rear spoiler. As we can see, those 7-8 cars all dueling out for position. This is the final podium spot in the GT3 class, as the Mercedes are going side by side behind them on their way into the Degners. Are they really going to be brave enough to try that one? Of course they are. They're in GT4s. These things are like miniature tanks when they're racing there. They really do get door to door and have themselves some fun out there. And all this is playing in the hands a bit of Gerbel in the TG racing car. Sorry, Milan Kish. Oh, Jay Stevens, bit of contact just down in the GT4 class. Stephen and Wilmer, sorry, just finding themselves off track slightly on the way through the hairpin. Cala Racing making it as difficult as possible for the overtake, but it hasn't deterred them in the slightest, and that is Lynx Racing. Sobrerico. Sorry. Sobreroca. Getting a solid overtake done, and he's absolutely thrown Klimov to the wolves here in the form of Florian Vilmer from Cala Racing. And another overtake popping up there as well as Ripper. Ripper just a bit further down. It's Corners getting involved in this one as well, as he's climbing now in his rear view mirror. It's all changed for them into the Casio Triangle up at the front of the GT3s. It is still as you were, the top two. You can see the type of gap they're building in the field behind them, spreading out ever so slightly. Florenti still in the hunt for a position, but so too is Benjamin Voigt just behind them. Voigt's had a good start to the race. Laugenberg as well, already got 2 overtakes under his belt, so he'll be keen for more. But we're going to keep an eye on the battle in the GT4s because they're at it again. And the sunset out on car. Really is going to have to. Where is the Pixel Racing team? No, that's Dragon. Goodness me, sorry. Is the 102 under investigation? No. I do need to refresh that, but I'm not sure. I don't have the penalty page open at the moment. Yeah, I'll see if I can get that. If one of the moderators is in the chat, maybe there's a link to the penalty page. But yeah, because of the cruel twisted technology, I can't actually see the penalties from my end. I will have to endeavour to find a way to correct that. But 102, yeah, Benjamin Voigt. So potentially penalties will pop up on the screen for viewers to see, with a full decision as well, which is always good. Keeps everybody exactly up to date with what's going on. SL Racing team still close. Varmendammer and Stevens still having an absolute ding-dong battle in these Mercedes. Milan Kish is still leading the way. Then it is the Pixel pilots, Fabio Grenier, who's smack bang. Yeah, he is perfectly positioned here. He's got a couple of cars behind him that are kind of battling between themselves, as he is keeping a close eye on what is now 4th position, of course. Krobler still leading the way over Krasov in the GT4s. Getting a nice overtake done as and when he needed to. Some solid traffic, and I'll tell you, Krasov, that looks like he's yeah, still under pressure from Gebel as well, so Krobler really is making the most of this breakaway that he's got. That's a big gap that he's putting behind him already, 6 seconds. Pomadinsky with a yellow flag. These three absolutely tussling away. Florenti and Voigt going at it as well. As more positions are changing there, Voigt has gone past another car, Laugenberg as well. Theo, yeah, Pomadinsky's just dropped down the order. Oh, and he's got a big bit of damage. Oh no, this might not have been the first accident. It looks like he's been involved in 2 incidents, or in fact 3. So we'll see what happens here. So that is Pomadinsky in the BMW. Oh no, just a little bit of a touch there, with the Porsche looking very closely behind. There was this accident as well for Pomadinsky. See if this one shows anything. Oh, has he lost it on the exit to Spoon? Yes. Oh, and there's where the damage came from. So unlucky. That is absolutely brutal. Slight lack of grip on the rear end of the car, and that is, yeah, going to affect a couple of drivers' races there, no least his own. But yes, that's Paul Vadinsky dropping down. That means Irfan is now only down one position on where he started. Antal up to third. Thrain up to fifth place for Sim RC. With Perishini ahead of Florente now, the Live for Race team, swapping positions. Benjamin Voigt, Homo Sim Racing RC, up 3, and Laugenberg up 4. So solid start there for the Carlet car. Tim Flake for SL, rounding out the top 10, and Thorsten Dragon up to 11th place. Musterman up 5 places to 13th. But Andrea Miato in the Aston Martin, we've seen him side by side with a few drivers already, and that is another one. He's up 9 positions now to 14th place. So it has been an absolutely solid start there. Croydon down 12 after that big contact. So you have Croydon, the car that we saw, wrong place, wrong time, taking that contact, and that is where this has put Croydon back down in 19th position. Baptiste Rohr still down on where he started as well. Down 12, and Slitch Terrell for the Fisher Casual team, they are down in net 1. With Timo Krobler, as we can see, comfortably leading the way in the GT4s. It's gone well for them so far. Now Halla still down. Tobias Corno has made very good progress through the field. I think he is carrying a little bit of damage on the front of the car. But yeah, up 5 places overall. So good points being garnered at the minute from them. Ooh, we've got what looks to be a close battle there in 23rd. No, we've separated out ever so slightly. 10th place. Getting close as well. Tim Flake, Florente and Voigt 7th and 8th. And that is the Aston. Chasing down the Live for Race duo. This could be quite a tasty little tussle. Do love the sound of the Aston Martin. I'm not sure many people would argue with that. Ooh, that's a lot of tyre squeal though. That's not what you want to be hearing. And you can see how much time that's cost them, just that little bit of squeal. And suddenly you are dropped from the slipstream. That will massively accentuate the gap you've got to the cars ahead. A quick update as well, actually, for anyone much like myself that hadn't noticed. The track is optimum, 27 degrees. For quali it was fast at 28 degrees, so slightly cooler for the tyres, which really is only going to help, massively going to help the GT4s. They'll be the cars looking at double stinter tyres. The GT4s most certainly will not. Yeah, and the wind has picked up a little bit as well. We're now up to 6 kilometres an hour. So the Aston is going to have to chase back to get closer. Krasov with a potential issue. He's gone past Gebel. There's been an overtake there. So these two swapping positions. Gebel and the Ginetta really is absolutely going for it. Now, let's see if the replay gods will be kind. Yes, here we go then. Gebel and Krasov. We'll get this one on a nice solid helicam. Oh, so into the anti-bank curves. That Ginetta just looks so much quicker through there, as you would expect, through the twisty stuff. Ooh, there's a bit of nose to tail there. The rear end of the Carlet car, the rear end of Gebel. Krasov, sorry, the Ford Club Porsche. Finding the back of the car, getting all kinds of wobbly and out of shape. Does manage to survive though. This is the battle that's going on for second and third. That's going to bring Milan Kish right back into the battle, as you can see, just as I say that. There is Kish coming out of the final corner, very much in the hunt as well. And that Mercedes momentum, Yeah, he's just had to back out over there. Nowhere near enough grip on the GT4 to have a send from that far back. Now it's a bold move by the Ginetta, putting the inside wheels on that gravel. Especially when you're being hunted down by a Mercedes, it's got a lot more grunt in a straight line. Oh, we've got Croydon with a yellow flag. And Laugenberg and Flag as well. A bit of door banging going on there. And it looks like Dragon's going to take advantage of that into turn number 1. He's got the inside line on the Ferrari. He's got the grip. Ooh, but he's got a bit of door banging on the way out as well. Back wheel to front wheel from the inside line, but it's the Honda. They've all survived. Oh, Miato hasn't survived. No skill, no luck. And Miato have just come together. Tatum, Restech. Oh, sorry, we're still in replay mode. Which is handy. Let's see this into turn number 1, then we'll jump back on to the live telemetry. Oh yeah, just a lot more pace through that middle sector, but the Ferrari will feel aggrieved. It was a tap on the rear. There's still more battling going on though. Krobler, Krasov and Gebel. It looks like Gebel is looking for a breakaway. Is he going to manage it against these two much quicker cars in a straight line? Flashing of the lights. Trying to distract the driver ahead. Kalitz, Timo Krobler having an absolute blinder up at the front. He is loving what he's seeing just now. Thank you very much for the follow, Logic. Welcome in. Loved your work with Eminem. Oh, and that is side by side in the background there. But once his camera. Oh, and he's managed to squeeze his way through there. I think it's safe to say. And it's all changed here. Warmdammer. And oh, has he made the move? He has. So he's lost the position there. Grinder for the Pixel Pilots has made his way through. Here comes the Bentley that is leading the way. And there's the second place Aston Martin coming up in this three-way Mercedes battle just outside the podium in the GT4 class. Oh, and it's the Pixel Pilots that are leading the way into the corners. Lap number 9 for the GT4s, lap 10 for the GT3s. So already that lap up, and it is absolutely thick and fast for a track as wide and as long as it is. You really do get a lot of traffic to deal with, and that is only 21 minutes into the race. And that is the race leaders right on top of the GT4s. You love to see it. Krobler still massively out ahead of the rest of the GT4 field. Krasov just losing a tenth or two now to Gebel ahead. He might lose another tenth or two here as the Aston Martin goes past right on the limit there. Aston Martin going full fast and furious on the exit to the Degners there. That is one of the really fun things about that corner. It's so much fun in the 296. Absolutely love it. And yeah, another couple of tenths. And they've gone away with Milan Kish as well. So yeah, the tenths that Krasov has lost to Gebel, he's lost them to Milan as well. Here comes the third place Ferrari of Richard Antal making his way through. He's going to be closely followed, of course, by Mohammed Irfan. Didn't actually get a proper look at that livery. Yeah, absolute hats off to everyone that does make liveries for this game. It is absolutely incredible what you have to go through. Let's see what Anatoly Kroitin is going through at the moment. Tough start for him. Is making back the places though. Now only down 9. He has got Miato, sorry, just behind him. Miato's making gains, so this could be an interesting proposition for Max Musterman to deal with heading into 130R, certainly into the Casio triangle. That's very close between the three of them. McLaren just backing out a little bit early through 130R, so not going to get close enough in the Casio triangle. It's all about turn 1 then. Which of these is going to get the overtake? Interesting strategy by the McLaren. Moves over, doesn't take the slipstream from the Ferrari, does lose massive ground to the Aston Martin, as you would expect in a straight line. The Aston really is getting the job done. There is the McLaren GT4 just being overtaken. They've got another GT3 following through behind. They're on the way out with turn at number 2 and heading into Snake. It is no skill, just luck. Still got themselves in 15th position, but that could be about to change as Miato is looking incredibly quick. And there's, of course, another GT4 car for them to navigate their way through. Miato absolutely moving in the Aston Martin at the minute. You can see that McLaren becoming a thing of the past. That's a fair old gap he's managing to develop there. Oh, is he going to go for it in the Degness? No, he's not. Certainly signalling that he would be afraid to, though, if he was close enough. The no skill, just luck team just need to hold the racing line here. You get the feeling that Miato will be clinical when he gets this overtake lined up. Voigt and Persicini still got a battle on their hands as well, and Dragon Racing Team looking to get themselves inside the top 10. They're currently in 10th place. Oh, and that's an almighty battle. They have come across the four-way battle in the Mercedes, and it's a Cala Racing car that comes through. Oh, Dragon almost losing the back in the Honda. On the way out was Spoon. Did manage to, unlike the Matrix, there absolutely is a Spoon at Suzuka, and you do need to respect it, and you need to respect that exit speed as well. Oh, the Honda, just hanging on to the edges there as Flake comes flying through as well. Krasov and Gebel, they are still battling away. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Oh, Miato on the way to the Casio Triangle. Miato is on his way into the panel beaters very soon. I think that was not the type of contact you want to be making on the exit to that corner. He was over to the left hand side. He could easily have lost it on the right perhaps. With that slipstream, we do carry a bit more speed. Oh, he's lost it on the curves on the right and ended up off on the left. Taylorzola this time loses a couple of positions, certainly loses the slipstream to the car ahead. The Bobby Socks, why am I watching this? Because it is the most entertaining sim racing on ACC. WTF happened? To who, Bobby? To whom do you refer? Let me see if we can find a replay of the incident that doth perturb you so. But welcome in. I hope you are enjoying the race and you find out before the end why you have tuned in to watch it. Hopefully some good entertaining stuff out on track. We've still got this battle with Max Musterman trying his best to hang on 2 positions. He has been overtaken by Croyton, so while all that was going on up at the front of the field, we missed the overtakes that are going on down here. Croyton did get past. Miato, of course, lost a couple of spots. He's now at the back of this battle with the GT4 Mercedes. And it is incredible how quickly, if you look at that track map over on the right, the entire 37 car grid all tucked into a sector and a half after 26 minutes of racing. That of course means we've got 22 minutes left out on track before the stint timer runs out. Cannot wait to see the GT4 pit stop time, see who does drive-throughs and things again. Warmerdam is in the Mercedes battle once again. It's just a two-way battle with the passing through Ferrari. Passes through very quickly, although Warmerdam does lose a little bit of time there. Jay Stevens still looking quick. You see the GT3 is just popping in and out with the GT4 train, trying to scoop up as much slipstream as they can. And why not, as long as you don't make contact? Fill your boots, as we say north of the border. We've got Pobodinsky in the BMW. He's still looking quick. Despite losing all those positions, he has still found some pace. He's still got some pace, and despite the damage as well, of course, he is closing in on Hans Mayer. And giving him a bit of a mare, to be fair, because they've got the GT4 class leader just ahead of them. The two of them sailed through on the Degness, no less. Nicely done by all three. Anatoly Croyton still looking to make back positions. Kevin Florenti loving life at the minute. He lives for race, up 4 spots. And over the top of the GT3s, it is an absolute masterclass by Manuel Magner in the Bentley. It's just as well the petrol tank on this thing was nerfed. Because, yeah, would be absolutely running away with it right now, even with the extra weight. 3.6 seconds ahead of Lucas Road. We're approaching the 30-minute again. 48-minute stint timers for the drivers. You cannot be breaching that. You will get yourself a drive-through. And if you don't serve the drive-through in 3 laps, you are disqualified. So there is no skirt in that one. Oh, he's just gone up the inside through 200R. Bit of a wobble there. But it's got to be done. Baptiste Roar as well. He is still motoring out on track in the McLaren. Had a difficult start to the race. Still in 22nd position after starting in 10th. Ooh, runs a bit wide there. Hopefully he's lifted. Because track limit penalties are very strict around here, just like every other course, and this is absolutely a sleeper course for turn 1 and for getting yourself drive-through penalties for track limits. Yeah, every single high-speed corner, and there's lots of them here, is some place you could easily violate those track limits, and you absolutely do not want to be doing that. Where is Anatoly Kroitin? He is looking to get back some of these positions that he's lost. And he is looking quick at the moment. This is Yagin. He's got ahead of him. He's had a decent start to the race. Still running exactly where he started. Himself and Lucas Train up in 6th place. One of only 7 drivers to still be running where they started overall. The rest of it has, as it always does in these races, chopped and changed absolutely drastically. Thorsten Dragon, might be another change coming here in the Honda. On the way out with Spoon, we'll keep an eye on this one. He's definitely looking quicker than the BMW ahead of him at the minute. You would expect the Honda to have the top end speed. Oh, he's in a bit of a wiggle. Absolutely vital for the BMW's survival there. Thorsten Dragon giving up the advantage he had. All it takes is that tiny little wiggle. You can hear him having a lift there, just to make sure. You don't want to be carrying too much speed through this corner. It's such a balancing act when you've got a car ahead of you, or indeed a car behind you. Through the Casio triangle, can he get it done? Oh yeah, keeps it a bit more planted, less steering input to keep the car going where he wants. Out with the last corner and across the start finish line. They're going to tear into turn 1 for another lap. They've got a few more to go. Then it'll be tyres and potentially some fuel. Need the fuel. Is fixed, you can get enough for a stint while you're changing the tyres. We'll see if anyone tries to fuel for a couple of stints and then just does a tyre change. Oh, double yellow. And Tal. The Ferrari now down in the 7th place. Let's go to our replay. So on board with Antal. Oh, he's absolutely on his own. Oh, really wasn't shy on those curves there, to be fair. But this is heading up to Dunlop, of course. Oh, a little bit of bounce. And then there's a lot of bounce. Then there's a lot of rotation. Then there's a lot of ball tyres. Oh yes, his back tyres are very cosy. Very cosy. And that is, yeah, just a little lapse in concentration there from Antal. And that has dropped him down to 7th place. And it's put Benjamin Floyd just behind him. With Pericini now. Looks like he's got, yeah, he is leaving them both behind at the Spoon this time around. So that is going to be a little tussle between Antal and Voigt. Certainly one that Antal was not anticipating, or Voigt either, would imagine, at this stage of the race. Let's see what the Honda can do this time. As we head through 130R, it really is, for a lap that takes almost 2 minutes, it really is a quick lap. It really is a quick lap. Into the Casio triangle, the Honda driver again staying out with the slipstream to make sure he can get as much braking done as possible. On the exit, it's all about what Khaled can do. Oh, I tell ya, yep, it's absolutely game on at turn number 1. This could go either way. The Honda really is closing down. Is he going to be close enough? No, he's not. Not quite close enough. He was certainly being pulled along there. Not quite enough to get it done on this lap. It looks like Thrain and Aston closing in on Florente. Now there's a different slant on their battle as well. It does put Mohamed Irfan as well back up to third position where he started, with the chopper and changing, and of course a couple of drivers dropping down the order. In the GT4s, it is still Krobler. My apologies to the GT4s, it's been so close up at the front, but there is Krobler. Still leading the way handsomely, 8.5 seconds. He's got back to Gebel for TG Racing. The Ginetta himself, though, doing well. He's got 5.5 seconds back to Krasov, who's only got 2 seconds back to Varmerdam, and the battle of the Mercedes. Milan Kies starting up in the first couple of rows in the GT4s now, finds himself well off the podium, down into 29th place overall, so he has definitely lost a few spots. He's got the Pixel pilots ahead of him. I'm sure he'll be keen to try and get at least one place back before they come into the pits. The track temperature as well, actually, I've just looked up, is taking a bit of a tumble. We're already down to 25 degrees and it's not going to get any warmer. We're after 6 PM at night and we've got double cloud cover. Ooh, dare we dream of some precipitation to take part in, taking part in today's proceedings. Yeah, well, we'd certainly love to see that. That would throw the cat amongst the pigeons ever so slightly, especially in an extended rainy period. We could see the GT3 drivers then double stinting some tyres. So the strategy call could be absolutely vital in this race once again. Croyton and Musterman, let's jump back up there as quickly as we can. Where's it gone? There it is. UE's drivers still looking close. Musterman still hanging on the back of them at the moment. Aiden now dealing with Miato, who is on a bit of a comeback drive after picking up that damage we can see there on the front of the pink Aston. We've also got Benjamin Voigt and Antal, who are still going at it. Voigt will be feeling pretty keen here. He's had a solid start to the race so far. Up 3 positions to 8th. The only driver ahead of him with a better projection up through the field, of course, Kevin Florenti for Live for Race, up from 9th to 4th position. And he is keeping close tabs on Irfan there in 3rd place, so Florenti could certainly be one to watch when we come out of the pits, if not maybe a bit sooner. Yeah, that is a lot of pace. Oh, now. Yeah, 2 completely different lines through there. The Aston not afraid to mix it up with those corner exit curbs. The Ferrari's holding on to the position. The Ferrari doing well out with Spoon to fend off the Aston in a straight line, to be fair. He must have that thing on absolute 0 wing. Which wouldn't surprise us. Ooh, a little bit deep from the Aston. Can he gather it back up? Oh, he does just touch the white line on the way inside, which is pretty much what you need to be doing. Oh yeah, I take much more of those curves, which is why I'll be about a year and a half slower than these drivers out here. Oh, it's good work through the anti-bank curves. You can see the slightly different lines for the front engine and the middle engine cars. It really is what makes these battles so fascinating, the difference in the weight distribution and things of the cars when they're going for different corners, so yeah, getting the overtakes. Yeah, you really need to know what your car's going to do and what your opponent's car is able to do as well, just in case. Let's see how Thorsten Dragon's getting on. Still in the same position, although Flake is closing in, so they need to sort out their affairs here pretty quickly. He's going to be closing in. Nobody closing in on Timo Krobler at the minute. An absolute worldie of a start. Oh, my apologies, sorry, someone is closing in. Gebel is now 7.2 seconds behind, so he's made back a second and a half. Oh, Krasov being overtaken by Warndammer. Is Krasov with an incident? No, he is just losing pace. Warndammer is absolutely flying. He's in the 2 minutes 11 at the minute. Krasov, his fastest lap's at 2 minute 12. The drivers ahead all comfortably in the 2.11s, especially Gebel. Gebel 2.11.2. He's just set his fastest lap of the race, which is only a tenth quicker than Krobler's. So this stint, it's not done by any means. Sorry, let's jump on to the Ginetta is what I was looking for. Good to have a race car with the passenger seat on the correct side. So jump into the hairpin. And I tell you what, Gebel is showing green on the deltas as well, so he is going even quicker as Miato will think about moving to turn 1 potentially. Nope. Yeah, really struggling. It's amazing how much that damage will affect you. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, we'll just jump onto this camera. You can see quite clearly there the front bonnet and the bumper. There's aerodynamic deficiencies. I think it's fairly safe to say. And let's see if Dragon. Nope, nothing down at the Degna. Surely not close enough. The BMW is always going to win the run. Mustang, sorry, always going to win the run. Up the hill. Croydon is within 0.3 of a second still. Max Musterman still holding on the back of this battle as well. And in the GT4s, Gebel, 2 minute 11.2 on his previous lap. Oh, Jay Stevens with a yellow flag. He's now down right at the back of the grid, so he's had a big incident. We'll jump on. Oh, he's had a penalty. Stop go. He had a stop go penalty. Krobler, 2 minute 11.865 on his previous lap. Gebel, 2 minute 11.5. So that's another few tenths of a second in the favour of the Ginetta. Andrea Miato is still threatening this overtake here. Is this the run out of Spoon that will yield the move? Or is Aiden for straighter going to be able to hang on still? Do love the sound of the engines bouncing off the fence. Oh, Laugenberg and Dragon with the yellow flag. A bit of contact between them potentially. Big gap between them. So yeah, there's been a bit of door knocking there perhaps. Let's see, Dragon following into the penultimate corners. Oh wow, absolutely went for it. Into the Casio triangle. Thankfully not getting overtake from that, can't overtake off track of course. Florenti looking to do even more work than has already been done in the Ferrari. And out with the hairpin on lap number 20 is Irfan that is feeling the pressure now. Back up to third position, but Irfan could be looking going back down to fourth here. Oh, the Ferrari just a bit keen into Spoon there, runs a bit deep, and that's going to surely let the Aston Martin sail off towards 130R. Untroubled by the car behind yet, almost getting it done there. Keeping it close, but certainly with the pace that Florenti is showing, you wouldn't think that this battle has gone away anytime soon. They will be back close together pretty soon, just like they're going to be in the pits. Both flashing the lights. So yeah, that is 43 minutes. We have been out for so far. Oh, and we'll have actually had Verboers has come into the pits, so BMR have been in the pits. Villeneuve is in the pits. Jay Stevens was in on a penalty. So yeah, a couple of cars coming in. Musterman and Miato still looking close for the overtakes. Ooh, Miato comes into the pits. Let's see what's going on with Musterman. Musterman has really caught up to the Ferrari ahead of him. And they've got the McLaren not far ahead of them at all. As Capdevia comes past Miato, Croyton still leading this little group here, but does have Aiden for Strater. Still very much in the hunt as well. So that's all running. For Boers, yeah, so Miato we saw coming into the pits. Krobler, leader of the GT4s. Yeah, likely to come on in on this lap, I would say. Yeah, we're about to see an absolute barrage of cars into the pits. I do think the race leader is going to come in here as well. Let's see if Dragon is going to be coming in from 9th or 10th position. It's currently 10th place with Laugenberg, the fly in the single-digit ointment at the moment. Again, up to one of the BMWs in the GT4 class. Such a nice Dragon livery on the side of that car, really is absolutely epic. Love the colour scheme. Out with spin curve though and towards 130R. Another GT4 to navigate, and yeah, the Honda deciding against using the slipstream. Did Wagner stay out? Wagner stayed out, shows what I know. No, overtaking going on here, left, right, centre, a little bit of dab of the brakes. Pobedinsky is caught right back up to this group as well, despite that damage, so he really is moving. Ziegin still being followed by Aiden and Musterman. No changes in their position. Laugenberg, Dragon and Tal all coming in to the pits. Flaig stays out, so does Pobedinsky. Actually, yeah, we should have done that. There we go. So yeah, Wagner has stayed out. Florenti has stayed all over the back of Irfan. Absolutely not giving this one up in the slightest. You can see the Ferrari just tucked into that rear spoiler there. As the head into the hairpin, up the hill we go. Heavy on the brakes, keep it tight on that inside apex. Foot down as early as you dare so as not to lose the back of the car, and keep it going. Then it's through the rather sedate 200R, and then we get into the real high speed stuff. Spoon and the back straight. Yeah, now we are looking at them pretty much having to come in. That is almost 44 minutes into the race. Oh well, no, I say that. Sorry, 46 minutes into the race. So yeah, 2 minutes left. So could theoretically get another lap in. Is it worth the risk though? Apparently not. Ooh, the GT4 just having a bit of a wiggle as the GT3 much later on the brakes. Followed in by Road. Irfan Wilkesby in 3rd place on the way into the pits by the look of it. Didn't want to curse to the commentator that on the way out of the last corner. And Florenti following in as well. Everyone else following suit, of course. Pericini comes in. Frayne comes in. Pobedinsky is of course going to be in as well. Flaig will follow suit also. Manuel Wagner stationary. As we have yeah, everyone in the pits. Everyone in the pits. Oh no, sorry. So yeah, of course, Antal has been in. He is the lead car that's been into the pits. That's exactly what I was looking for. So he has been in. Krasov on his way back out, with Kish back out in 2nd place. Drive-through for both of them. Krasov and Kish. No tyres or fuel for these two. Greiner is still in the pits. Antal is going to jump a few positions here as more cars are in. Sasha Glatter for Firefly Racing takes the wheel of the Bentley, and they are back out in the lead. Full service pit stop for them. Lucas Rowe back out in second. It's going to be SimRC Pro-Am that make it back out in third place. Florenti in fourth. Irfan in fifth position now. And that might even... Oh no, it's Benjamin Voigt in sixth, sorry. So slightly longer pit stop. In fact, Florenti was stationary longer than anyone by 3 seconds in some cases. And is still in fourth place. That's quite the go in. It's all changing here as well as Pobodinsky exits the pits. Back of running. Hans Liu comes out for the low skill just luck team, right behind the GT4. More GT3s firing out of the pits. Krasov, as I said, with Quiche now first and second in the GT4s with a drive-through. Full service pit stop for Khaled Racing Team. Drive-through for Lapke. That puts them up to fourth in the GT4s. Gebel with a full service. He's now in fifth, and Weiss now in sixth position. Pixel Pilots now in eighth place. They did a full service pit stop as well. So what's that, 3-4 cars? All with drive-throughs just to clear the stint timer in the GT4s. It's mixed up the standings there. Let's see how we got on for the rest of this stint then. Still a decent gap between the top two. Florenti up to third place. Wow, so Florenti is now up to third position. Oh, as the car goes sideways, is that Krobler? Dua. Down one. Oh, and the GT4 Genetta just bouncing his way through there. So Gebel survives that. Takes back fourth position. He's got the 3 cars that did drive-throughs ahead of him. So we'll see them all come back together at the next round of pit stops. Well, that's dependent, I suppose, on Gebel doing a drive-through on his next. We'll see if that is the strategy that he goes for. Okay, they've added that as well. Irfan then closing in on Schalzmüller. The SimRC car. Up 2 spots, so it's coming out of the pits, has got a very good overtake done, and in fact I've definitely missed something. No incident for 110. Marcus Florenti is up to third still. So yeah, sorry, Florenti is held on to third place. Schalzmüller has also got ahead of Irfan, so the exit from the pits not the best, or the outlap certainly from Irfan not the best. Still all over the back of the fellow Aston Martin ahead. Schalzmüller, that is absolutely nailing those apexes at the minute. And Irfan, well, trying to get the tyres back in the window, drops 2 spots. Antal's had a good turnaround in the pits as well. Now only down 4 positions. So Antal really putting in some solid lap times. 2:04. 2:005 for Road, 1:59.757. Absolutely incredible. For Sasha Glatter up at the front, the GT4s with Klimov. The Maserati looking to get back closer to the podium. Carlet Racing standing in the way at the minute. Looking to go around the outside as the Carlet GT3 comes into fast focus. Beautiful publicity shots there for the team. And they both make it through. The GT3 unsurprisingly safely through. Tobias Gebel, sorry. Might not be so safe in that third position if the 2 cars behind keep going like they're going. Here is the Carlet Racing Mustang. Flashing the lights up the inside of turn 1. Dragon Racing Team appear in the background as well, just to make it all that lot more interesting. Yeah, looks like they're all going to survive that one. Daniel Dewar just dancing with the Honda GT3 at the minute. Klimov will look for an opportunity if it presents, although he is dealing with a blue flag himself. So to Weiss. It's got the GT3 McLaren right there. Oh, Miato looks like things are happening. Oh, there's been a bit of contact there. Yeah, oh, did we catch that? No. Apologies, that didn't pop up on the incident sheet, but yeah, looks like there has been a bit of contact there. Cut the Via as well. But certainly Schultzmüller, it's all changing as he is back down behind Irfan. Persicini is ahead of Giraud now. Giraud driving for the home of sim racing esports. In the 200 there to go, more GT4s to navigate, and that is a lot of position changes we'll be seeing on screen. Pericini absolutely going for it. They're going to be 3 wide into the Casio triangle, and with a 4th car joining in for fun, they're now going to go synchronised 2 by 2, although as I say that, Pericini live for race, he certainly does. Oh, big gap behind them up here. Oh, now there's been a mistake there. Schultzmüller, let's see. That one didn't show up either. Nope. Oh, yeah, there we go. Double tap on the second A-stint, and that is a big drop down the order. So yeah, a few places lost there. We'll need to be a bit more careful than that. Sashi Glatter, first place still. Lucas Rhodes still in second with Florenti. Now comfortably in 3rd place. Flake is looking for more moves inside the top 10 if he can. Pascal Giraud, the driver ahead of him. Yeah, Flake is definitely had a good race so far, but so too is Giraud. They'll both be keen to continue the trend that they're on. And you can see Schultzmüller just ahead of them as well, so they need to keep it going. Is the 102 under investigation for the contact on 19 at the start? I'm not sure. It would be in, I'm sure there is a channel in the Discord. Let me see. Yeah, sorry, I can't actually see the penalty page, but as long as it's been reported, it will be, if there's anything to investigate, I'm sure it will be. If it pops up, I didn't see 102 and 119. Yeah, nothing on my list here, but certainly, as I say, if it's been reported, it will definitely get looked at. Jump into the Discord. I'm sure there's a channel. If you jump into general chat, they'll be able to point you in the right direction. Much like the old Miato with the yellow flag. Captain V is involved in this one here, like just ahead. Gorelick, sorry. And he's trying to get past the GT4 race leader, which he does. Was brought Capdevia right back into focus, Miyoto as well. I would jump into the general chat, or ACC general chat, I believe. Or yeah, into the just chat and just ask if they can point you in the direction of the penalties. We're almost an hour in. It's round number 2. Let me log that one off. Oh, there we go. All the socials popping up as well. Superb. So yeah, an hour in. It's still Firefly Racing leading the way with Summersea Endurance in second, and Live for Race up to third in the GT3s. Krasov leading the way for Ford Club in the 4s. With Sunset Outrun in second and TG Racing in third place. Klimov has lost a couple of positions despite only taking a drive-through, so maybe feeling a bit of tyre wear. Thank you very much for the follow, Fabian Weiser. Fabiano Weiser, my apologies for brutalising that one, Fabiano. I should probably just give up and move on, but thank you very much for the follow. Feel free to check a correct pronunciation in the chat, and yeah, thank you for tuning in to the race. We are, as I say, an hour in. We've got 2 hours left to go. Still plenty of pit stops for the drivers to navigate as well, with a 48-minute stint timer not long been reset. Well, I say not long, 12 minutes, so they're almost a third of the way in already. As the pit speed racing car certainly closing in on the no skill just luck car. Klimov is in an absolutely serious battle at the minute with Weiss, is that? Yeah, Broders. Another Carlet racing driver moving very quickly indeed. 2 minute 11.7 on his previous lap, and 7.07 on the previous lap, and 7.02 the lap before that. So that is quick and consistent. 5,000 separating his last 2 lap times, and Klimov was 3 seconds slower. So really is about to come under some serious pressure as the Lapke Motorsport driver. He's currently got 6th position. How much longer is he going to be able to hold that for though? Mercedes looking very quick. Maserati sounding very good. Let's see if what little slipstream these cars do enjoy is going to help the Mercedes. It really is. Look how quick he's going. He's going to have a look at the inside on the way into 200R. He's got the inside line. They've both made it, but of course on the outside, less centrifugal force. So therefore, more acceleration and more pace. Look at the Casio Triangle. The Carlet car takes the lead at the start of the hairpin, the start of the chicane, and on the exit, absolutely getting the job done. Klimov with a very nice move there indeed. Takes him up to... sorry, not Klimov, my apologies. Broders for Carlet Racing. It's Carlet that have just taken that spot. That puts them back up to 6th position. We'll see if there's any more to be had before the end of the stint from them. Miato has looked quick all race. A difficult start to say the least. We're really starting to find spots now and finding some pace, especially since that Aston has been repaired. Tactical Fabre, thank you very much for the follow as well. Welcome into LFM, round number 2 of the ACC Drive Endurance Series. We are here at Suzuka, of course. Red Bull Ring last time out. What a cracker that was. Oplight and Ford Club taking the top spots in the GT3s and GT4s. No Oplight today. So we will have a new championship leader come the end of the race. Certainly in the GT3s. In the GT4s it could be as you were with Ford Club. They have looked pretty impressive. They're looking good again this week as well. In fact, there they are. Just being overtaken by Miato. Oh, now the sun has just popped its head back out from behind the clouds. It was double cloud cover. The sun's just popped its head back out, and the temperature is at 24 degrees. So it's certainly balancing out. Oh, Dimasar with the yellow flag, big yellow flag. Out with the last corner, might have just had a bump there. Yeah, so out with the Casio triangle. Oh, just not enough steering. And that is how easily it's done around here. Vimasar finding out the hard way, you cannot take your eye off the prize at any point around here. Miyato, certainly not taking his eye off the prize. And that prize is the position that Strater are currently holding. The Strater car is holding for the moment, but for how much longer, as I've said, the Aston Martin guided by Miyato has looked pretty quick through several phases of the race. Yeah, now that it's repaired, Miyato putting it to good use. Flag is looking quick as well. Chasing down 8th place with Pascal Giraud. The Aston Martin, of course, of Giraud, that was wrong place, wrong time. Got spun, so he's another driver looking to gain a spot or two back, but it's still up 3 places overall, so not too bad. Bora Motorsport, they've certainly made progress as well. They're up 4 since coming out of the pits. So still down 8 places overall, but very much trending in the other direction. We've got Ernard Erde as well for Strater Motorsport. He's come out behind Vimazar. We've seen Vimazar with a small spin. Certainly put the tyres off kilter, and Erde is looking to take advantage of that in the mighty Mustang compared to the Porsche in a straight line. I would not be surprised if we see this done into turn 1. Absolutely goes. Jamming the brakes, got the inside line, beautiful amount of room left by both drivers, and yeah, the Porsche realising this one, not much chance of coming out on top against that thing in a straight line. Pull back into the slipstream and try and follow along. Nice little two-way battle between the GT4s as Antal goes on through. Let's see who that is so close. That's Sobreroka. Certainly one of the battles that's going on there. As Nalhala, looking to regain spots after their difficult start, are now looking to hold on to this one. Sobreroka, he's got that BMW, absolutely where he wants it at the minute. Through the last curve, although as I'm saying that, Nalhala, what an exit there for Tone Star. Yeah, could not have asked for anything better there. Nolan keeps his opponent out of reach into turn 1 and invites the GT3 into the middle as well. Very nice. Let's see what Vimazar can do. The Porsche still chasing the Mustang ahead. Very important to be good through the twisty stuff here so you can make the most of that slipstream on the exit of the Mustang. Oh, he's had a bit of a wobble. He is going to pull away a bit. How much? I mean, the difference in speed between these two is crazy at times. As you can see there, not even a contest between the two of them. Oh, although as I'm saying that, the Mustang maybe carrying a bit much speed there. Did look to run a bit wide and of course heavier on the brakes, almost climbing in the back seat there. Yep, almost a movie driving in the American muscle car. But Vimazar does manage to keep it out. And the two of them still on track. Well, let's see what flag is going on here. Thank you for the follow, Harold F72. Welcome in. We are just over an hour in, 33 laps for the GT4s, 29. Just on a lap 30 actually for the GT4s. We've had quite a few changes so far. It looks like we're in the middle of an attempt for another one. Yeah, the Ferrari of Tim Flake, SL Racing. It's been a good start for them. Up 3 spots, looking to make it even more. Persishini as well in the Mustang, all over the back of Irfan. Irfan starting strong, dropping a couple of positions, taking them back again. Now under pressure once again. Flakes Ferrari getting left behind by the Aston. Persishini. He is in the Mustang against Aston Martin. Let's see if he gets on. And that looked like a Ferrari goes out. I think it was Antal. So yeah, so the Mustang of Persishini trying to chase down Irfan at the moment. Flagas as well. Vimasar still chasing down Erde as they go past the Pixel Pirates, the GT4s. Orion is getting close to Klimov while being hunted down. GCR's Marco Ripper behind the wheel there. 32nd place overall, 10th in the GT4s. And yeah, Ryan. Klimov, oh, come on, cameraman. So Ripper just watching this one as Klimov and Orion. Oh, Orion's ended up drifting miles off track, and he's really struggling to hold on to that one and to get it back on, and that is going to put Marco Ripper ahead on the exit to Spoon. So Orion was looking very quick indeed. Just went a bit too quick into Spoon, finds himself massively off track, and that is down the position and dumped out with the slipstream train as we see Athol go past. They all successfully navigate it. The Mercedes, you would say, got the easier run through 130R there. Can't use that to his advantage. Over the curves we go. As these two still battle out, this Intal racing off into the distance. We've got another yellow flag in the GT3s. Oh, and it's Erde. Strater Motorsport completely the wrong way. This is on the exit to the Degners. So sorry, this is the way down into the Degners. It's the exit. Oh no, it's the middle. He's had the mistake. That really robbed his momentum. He's trying to put the foot down and the car spun. Such a cruel mistress this course can be at times, and that is Erhard Erde finding out the hard way that that is not how that's done. Klimov is close to an overtake still, really applying the pressure since coming out of the pits. Ryan right back in the hunt, but again Klimov saved by the intervention of a GT3 car. Here comes another one. Oh no, but this one might not be enough as the Pixel Pilots look for the move, and they have certainly found it. Flying up that inside line on the exit to the Degners. Tim O'Ryan finally making that move stick for the Pixel Pirates. And that puts the Maserati of Klimov firmly behind them for now. Let's see what he can get done. Let's see what both the drivers can do, to be fair. Klimov with nose quick for lap gate. Can he catch back up? Did do a drive-through on his last pit stop. He was one of the drivers that did that, so we'll see how that affects him towards the end of the stint. He has lost a few already, a few positions already. Oh, and Tal with a yellow flag. Oh, he just touched the grass a bit. In fact, it does say there was an... Oh no. Let's jump onto a different car. Right, we'll jump back onto the Intal incident in a moment. This is Christian Weiss. Oh, he's got two GT3s. And yeah, it just ends up off track ever so slightly. It's 104 though, I believe, Intal that we were looking for. So yeah, so this is lap 34. Coming up on the Carlett car into Spoon. Oh, has a bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a touch, and then makes his way out of the corner. So nothing major there. Certainly you don't want to be doing that too many times, tempting fate and all that. Let's see, yeah, we're already well into this next stint as well. Time does fly when you're racing on ACC. Or does it if you're the drivers? Tim Flakes, they're trying to get past Pascal Giraud. This has been a cracking little battle between these two, and they are getting ever closer to Schatzmüller ahead of them for Sim RC. They're absolutely tucked onto his rear spoiler. Hans Mayer has just got past Wittig. Wittig for Carlett Racing having a bit of a moment. Solid yellow flags for him. Let's have a quick look and see what's going on there. Okay, yep, so you had the Aston, you had the McLaren just behind them. Yep, that's a whole lot of contact there. It's lifted the car from under Wittig's Wittig's control, and that's left them facing the wrong way and facing a deficit in positions now, that's for sure. Where's he gone? Croyton is ahead. Wittig now 13th position. So actually down 3, but back to where they started. So started in 13th, we're up to 10th. And now down Pobodinsky, still down in net 5, but he's up 2 since coming out of the pits. So he's made good progress since he came back out. Head back towards a single digit position. Florenti up to 3rd place. What a drive it's been for Live for Race so far. Persichini as well, looking to continue that trend. Up 3-2-5, we've got Irfan only a second and a half ahead. We're still looking at Tim Flake though. Oh wow, that's an extended contact, and that is Daniel Doer at 4th place in the GT4s. He's going to be overtaken by his teammate. Broders is going to go past. Where is Weiss? Oh, Weiss is maybe a bit too far back to get a freebie. Might be able to catch up though, but that is Broders. So the GT3 got in the way, and the two Carlett Racing cars have swapped positions. For Boers and Miyato. Now where have they gone? There we go. Miyato still looking close himself. He's definitely got pace. Just can't quite find the move on the Ferrari at the minute. We want to use the traffic if he can. But of course hasn't been able to do so far. Let's see what Flake can do out with Spoon this time around. He is up against an Aston Martin or two. In fact, they have already swapped positions. So yeah, Schatzmüller and Pascal Giraud still ahead. So the home of Sim Racing Esports, they've got themselves just ahead. Tim Flake, what can he get done in turn number 1? He's going to need an almighty exit from here off. Yeah, that's not what he needed through that final chicane. That is far too much time to be given up to the Aston. He's got no chance of catching him now. He's going to be lucky to get any slipstream on the exit to turn 2, to be fair. He should be a bit quicker through here. Does manage to close in. Oh, I'll tell you what, he gets a good apex here. Later apex by the Aston, but does survive, and he does just get back into the slipstream on the exit to 2 there. Through 3 and 4, exit snaking at the anti-back curves we go. 37 laps they've done so far, and we're just shy of the halfway mark. So we're looking at what, about 80 laps for them to get through. And yeah, I think we're going to be coming close to the end of some of the stints as well. Let's jump on to the Bentley. $18 minutes left for the race leader. 18 minutes left for this stint, so yeah, about an hour and 28 minutes left. We'll see them start to come in. They should all have been in by then as well, actually. No, an hour and 24 minutes left, they'll all be in. Oh, he's going for it on the exit. The Spoon there, a bit of a wiggle there, and it's Schatzmüller, who's not looked convincing on the exit. The Spoon there at all, and that has put Flake ahead of him. he looks like he's starting to fire straight back at him as well. But the Aston, yeah, no way past. All the momentum with the Ferrari there, and does hold on to the position, and Pobedinsky is now hanging on to the back of that car. Oh, and that's a lot of the green stuff there under the Aston Martin's wheels. That is absolutely not what you need. We'll stay on the front right wheel. You can see how much the lighting has diminished as well. We're now 7 PM local time. 23-degree track temperature. The wind is up to 8 kilometres an hour. We do still have a bit of sun out. Oh, and that Aston looking lively there. Nowhere near that middle apex. That is going to cost you a lot of speed through there. Perfect timing to meet a GT4 car, of course, and they're all going to make it through very safely indeed. But what order are they going to get through in? And yeah, very quickly, all at the same bend. But it does look like it's cost Pobedinsky the most time out of the three of them, and that is a gap that's opening up between Pobedinsky and Schatzmüller rather than Flag ahead of him. Harold definitely said hello to Chichu. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whichever part of the world you do happen to reside. Welcome into LFM. It's round number 2 of the ACC Drive Endurance Series. 12 rounds for the Team Red Bull Ring last week, Suzuka this week, Spa next time out. My only regret is I'm not going to be here for that one. I will be tuning in though, you can be absolutely sure of that. Especially, yeah, some of the drivers that we're getting are absolutely incredible. Meerman being hunted down. He is now the hunter rather than the hunted in his Honda. Strength, love and acceptance. There we go. Oh, and he's gone for it. He's not accepting the position that he's in. Full send. Manages to jam on the brakes and get it rotated. Surely the Honda's going to come back up around the outside. Signal of intent though from Gorelick for Slater Motorsport. Did really well to get that stopped and rotated there. What can he do here? Oh, the Honda not looking the most convincing. Certainly not. That might have been a pretty good run-in for a Honda, but the Ferrari with a different line definitely looked better there. Out of Spoon we go, and along the back stretch. Another run through 130R with more traffic to deal with. They're going to be, oh yeah, they're going to be safe enough. Bit of a lift from the Ferrari. Oh, and he's just hung on to the edge of the track there. There's 2 Calder racing cars come into picture. That of course is Duarte, that just not long ago got spun. He was pretty close to his teammate Broders. Broders is now back behind him, but it doesn't look like that'll be the case for much longer. Although no, they have spread out now after that run through the chicane. This traffic might just bring them right back together again. Let's see what Gorelick is attempting this time around. Hopefully, there we go. It's going to change onto him. Oh, and Pobedinsky in 10th place, in fact. Let's see if we can get ourselves a lookie at this one. We can certainly see the Aston Martin badge ahead of him. 10th place for the 5th ranked driver. Our 5th ranked car. Oh, he's having to think about it on the way into Spoon. No, not quite close enough. And all this playing into the hands of Flag ahead of them, the SL Racing Team driver, managing to get a nice bit of breathing space behind him with these two battling away. They were certainly keen on the side-by-side, and that will just slow you down corner after corner. The BMW popping out with the slipstream again, doesn't want to carry too much pace into 130R. It's the exit to 130R that's important, the middle phase. Pretty important as well. Schatzmüller getting it done. Oh, and there's been a bit of contact there, I think. At first glance, I was looking at the timing tower, but at first glance that did look like a bit of contact between the two of them. And I think Pobedinsky, yeah, he's just given the position back there. So that, of course, will be... Well, I mean, it's the right thing to do. Let's have a look and see. On board with Pobedinsky, so he's carrying a lot of pace through here. They both are. Oh, he was keen on his brakes there. Yeah, he's braked too late. He was about 25 yards too late there, unfortunately. It's amazing how quickly... feet, sorry. Yeah, he was just a little bit late, carried too much pace and didn't make contact. Did give the position back though, and that has given Flake an extra bit of momentum over the two of them as well. We've also got Gorelick. There we go, up and down the field like absolute yo-yos at the minute. Gorelick leading the chance to get past Dragon's Meerman now, the Honda driver. Really feeling the pressure, and Febroars, the car had a difficult start, down 18 positions at one point, back up 10 spots. Sorry, down 12, up 4 since coming out with the pits. Oh, they're only going to go 2 wide, 3 wide with the GT4, but it's 4 wide, 2 wide, sorry, with the GT3s. The Honda has managed to hold his line on, he's run wide. Yep, the Ferrari on, they're opening it right up then. Febroars is going to say thank you very much. He was guaranteed the position as soon as one car went off on the exit to Degnan number 1, and it was Gorelick for Strater that's fallen foul there. Meerman did well to hang on to that, to be fair. Absolutely solid drive from the Honda driver to keep that position. He does now face the McLaren behind. Persis Sheeny is still looking to get past Irfan. Irfan putting up an absolutely solid display at the minute. Sorry, bear with me one moment. Very quick pit stop. Sorry, bear with me a moment or two. Oh, there we go, round number 2 of the ACC Drive Endurance Series. Sounds like it's been incredibly close between these two. And for Bors is coming to the pits. I was going to say we're getting very close to the second round of pit stops, and that is for Bors. So we'll do that to see how it changes. It is still Firefly Racing leading the way. Oh, yellow flag. Oh no, it's because he's on his way out of the pit. He's gulped that water down too quick. Firefly leading with SimRC Endurance in second place, not too far behind. They've certainly closed that gap down from the 8 seconds that it was. Florente, Live for Race, they've got third and fourth. 106 in third. Persicini in the 112 in fourth position. Irfan now in 5th place with Antal in 6th for Richard Antal Racing. Home with Sim Racing Esports currently in 7th position. SL in 8th, We Play in 9th place. And SimRC Pro Am rounding out the top 10 in the GT3s. Krasov in the GT4s currently leading the way for the GT4s. Between the heat and the hay fever. It's been a fun day. Krasov did a drive-through for his first pit stop, which has put him back in the lead of the race. Milan Kish as well only did a drive-through to clear his stint timer, put him back up to second place. Gebel, the lead karter, have taken a full service pit stop. Klimov back in the pits, did a drive-through on his first pit stop, so he will of course be full service this time around, or might just take on fuel, or might take on tyres and a lot of fuel and just do a double stint. Next time around we're seeing GT3s come into the pits as well. That is Croyton in, Richard Antal Endurance are in, and their Ferrari as well. Flake not in the pits, despite it saying that he is. Still the fastest car on track, it is the Bentley, 1 minute 59.695 the time set so far. Gav Graf F, thank you very much for the follow. Hello to YouTube as well. Where is the German stream? Not sure. It should be on as far as I'm aware. Right, it looks like it's only on the German Twitch channel at the minute. Yeah, not sure why it's not on the YouTube. Let me just get you the link for... yeah, normally it is on YouTube as well, but it doesn't seem to be at the moment. So apologies for that, but there is the link for the German Twitch channel. Hopefully you can jump on there and enjoy the broadcast. Close that and that. What's going on? Lucas Road comes in, race leader in, Florenti in, Perishin, absolute flood of cars coming in to the pit. So Laugenberg with a bit of an incident just as the pit window comes, well, it's not pit window, stint comes to a close. Krasov is in, so again another car that will definitely be doing a full service. Looks like Gebel is as well. So no counter drive-throughs from some of the GT4 drivers. We'll see what Orion does. It does look like he's pulling over towards his pit box though. Indeed he is. Yeah, and he does come to a full stop, so no counter attempt at the strategy from some of the cars. They might try this time though, pop in enough fuel to try and get through the next stint. Manuel Wagner retakes the wheel and they retake the lead of the race. The Hentner back behind the wheel for Sim RC Endurance by Barmenia. They're back out in second. Florenti for Live for Race back out in third. And it is Live for Race in fourth as well. Persicini back out on track. Ferdi Jerry Ramadan for Bigo Racing takes the wheel to round out the top five in the GT3s. In the GT4s, it's Krasov back out of the pits. Yep, full service pit stop there. Marco Ripper only took on fuel in this pit stop, so came back out in 27th, saving about 16 seconds there. Doesn't look like anyone else has at the moment. Oh, in fact, Jay Stevens well down the order, 3 drive-throughs. The track limits, I did mention it was very easy to pick up a penalty around here. Jay certainly exemplifying that at the moment. So yeah, 4 drive-throughs. Pascal Land getting a drive-through as well for track limits. So 2 drivers sharing 4 of the 4 penalties that have been handed out so far. A couple of time penalties from the stewards as well. They're added, of course, to the stop. We've got more. Oh no, that's just Rimazar exiting the pits there. For some reason that comes up as a yellow flag as well. Hans Lou is in the pits. Let's see if that one is a driver swap as well. And it is Max Musterman coming back out for no skill, just luck. So no driver swap there. Wagner 2.8 seconds ahead of Zahentner, so Wagner might be in the fastest car, but Zahentner, it seems, is in the most consistent. And that is definitely what you need to be winning races. 9/10 slower on the outlap though. So Wagner trying to pull that gap back in his favour. Ramadan closing in on Antal. That's back in the pit, so let's do that. Yeah, so who do we have? Croyton back on the chart. Still down 3 on where he started, but made 5 back on that previous stint. That is a good turnaround. And at the moment only 8 seconds behind Flake. So that one could get close again. Oh, Aiden and Dragon. Well, let's see, Dragon was very close. Not a long pit stop by any means, and this is very close in the Casio Triangle. And I tell you what, that's the race leader coming into this little battle as well. So there's a blue, 4-way blue flag here. And I tell you what, there's second place coming in as well. Sebastian Hentner about to do the ultimate endurance overtake here, using the traffic to his advantage. Not quite to be the GT4 battle. The GT4 driver easily passed. They're still behind the Dragon though in the Honda. On the way in and out with turn number 2 through the anti-bank curves as well. This is not going to be an easy one to get past. Blue flag rules, of course. You let the cars behind pass if you're battling for position. It does become a slightly different affair, and I'll tell you what, this is played beautifully into the hands of Sim RC Endurance. They started in pole position, found themselves in second. I tell you what, they're going to find themselves back in first before the end of this lap if it keeps going this way. They're heading down into the Degnas on lap number 48, and they have got less than 0.4 of a second separating them from the race leader. They're coming up on another bunch of blue flags as well. There's going to be 4 cars ahead of them. The stewards furiously waving those flags as the light dims from the sun. It's certainly not dimming from the headlights. They are so close out of the hairpin at the front of the battle that they are on the back of the flag. Nope, not even close. There we go. My apologies. It's Roar that's at the front of this little group then. So it's Roar, then Captivia. So this is all third position ahead of them. There is Aidan. Oh, there's the race leader. Just going past the Honda. Oh, and he has a big weave in front of him there. I'm not sure if that was to strategically break the slipstream of his opponent behind. But he's going to use every trick in the book if he's going to hold on to this position at the minute. The Barmenia car is looking ultra fast at the moment, and they've already closed up on Aidan for straighter racing. Let's see how long it takes for him to get out of the way. The lights are flashing from the race leaders. The Bentley will be ultra keen to get through here as quickly as possible. And there they go, sailing past the Aston, and we hope they'll do the same. Slight lift from the straighter car. Lets the two quicker cars through. Oh, and the Ferrari heads on a wiggle. Captivia's on a wiggle. He's ended up exiting on the exit third two. He's still on the grass. This is going to let the straighter car get through, surely. No, not quite close enough. He's definitely carrying more momentum over these apexes. Captivia struggling once again, and that's brought the Honda of the Dragon Racing team right back under the rear wing of the straighter car as well. So Dragon playing that absolutely perfectly, letting the top two through and getting straight back involved against some gravel, getting kicked up ahead though. Let's see what's going on, and it is an absolute battle for the lead of the race now. They still do have Baptiste Roar for BMR. No, they don't. Because on the way into the hairpin, he sees how much of a gap he's got and how close they are behind, and have almost made contact there. The Dragon Honda is so much quicker in a straight line, time and time and time again. And Dragon looking to take advantage of that once again as they head through 200R and into Spoon. He's not quite going to have the momentum. Oh, to make it around the outside, maybe he is on the way into Spoon. He's going to jam on the brakes. He's got the inside line, respectful amount of room left by both drivers. And that has worked out very nicely indeed for the Honda. The Ferrari lets them squeeze through as they go past another GT4. Lots of slipstream up for grabs for both of the cars. And it's almost... is he on the dirty air there, the Dragon? Or is he close enough? The top two will be glad they've got themselves through this battle as quickly as they did. It is still Roar that is at the head of it. There is the Maserati GT4 just finding itself in the way, and the light really has darkened. 24 minutes ago there was definitely daylight, now there is none. Lucas Strain with a yellow flag in the GT4s, who we've not had a chance to look at since they've come out of the pits for their second stop, but it is still Fort Club leading the way in the championship, leading the way out on track, and it's Gebel for TG Racing. Gone full service pit stops all the way through the race and currently running in second, very comfortably ahead of Sunset Outrun Livragi out behind the wheel of the Merc, with Ripper for GC Racing in fourth and Khaled Racing in fifth position. Lapke in sixth place, Buchholz in seventh. Nalhala in 8th place, CLW in 9th, and Khaled Racing's Timo Krobler down in at 10th position. A stop-go 30-second penalty has seen them absolutely tumble down the order, and the Mercedes 10th place in the GT4s. That's going to make it an interesting read in the championship standings at the end of the race, that is for sure. Miato still looking for overtakes, been so quick, and we've got more flashing lights at the GT4 cars. Goes up the inside. Oh, and Miato's just run a bit wide. He's put two wheels on the grass. Very respectfully rolls back on. The GT4 will temporarily be alongside. But there he goes past, so slight misjudgment there, so he's got all to do again. Zahentner looking to get it all done again, as he is right on the back of this Bentley then. We've got an hour and 15 minutes left to go. That's 2 hours and 45 minutes of racing so far. Absolutely incredible. It is the car in the lead that started in second. The car we're on board with took pole position, but it is the Bentley in the lead that's got the fastest lap of the race so far. Zahentner though has managed to reduce the deficit. And his teammate Rode reduced the deficit from 8.5 seconds down to less than half a second. over the last stint and a half. That is quite the improvement in track position, one could say. Hour and 15 to go, and we can see still plenty of time on the stint timers. Yep, only 10 minutes into the stint. Yes, 37 minutes left out on track, and Zahenter will be relishing the prospect, really applying the pressure to the Bentley at the moment. Let's see if Wagner can fend him off, and for how long. So close, he gets once again. Oh, Capdevia Dragon and Aiden are having a solid battle still. Oh, come on, cameraman. There we go, absolute nose to tail, the four of them. Through the hairpin roar, still leading the way, but it's certainly Dragon looking the quicker out of the four cars at the minute. There's another look around the outside. This is where he defended the move on the previous, or tried to defend the move on the previous lap. Doesn't manage to make that move work for himself this time around, and in fact does lose a bit of time. Although say that, no, they're two completely different cars, the Ferraris and the Honda. They function better at different phases of the corner, and I tell you what, that's a 200-yard exit of the gods there from Thorsten Dragon. A little bit of door bang, he's going off the outside line, he's going off the lift a bit, he tucks in, he was looking for a cut back there, very brave indeed. Is he going to be close enough to get the outside line through the Casio Triangle? He is not. The Ferrari stays absolutely parked on the driving line as Aiden now looking to close the gap. The Strater Motorsport car could be looking at a double overtake through Dunlop. Potentially, if this goes the way it's looking, although we do need to look in on Sebastian Hentner, Zahentner and Manuel Wagner. They're still only 4/10 of a second apart up at the top of the field, and again plenty of time to sort that out. We've got Aiden and Capdevia now swapping positions, so Capdevia has been overtaken. Dragon's got the move there on Capdevia, so Capdevia is had a bit of an accident. Let's have a look at that, because that has completely changed that landscape there. I thought that was going to be the next move for Dragon, but it is the first. So Capdevia there, you can see very dark car on the green AstroTurf, and yeah, just really didn't get a very good exit. Whoa. Oh, so that was that contact there. Wow, okay, my apologies. I thought there was a different contact, but that was the one that we saw live, and it really has cost Capdevia quite some time, clearly. Aiden now closing in. Right, let's focus on the battle for the lead of the race. These two still going in up at the through mid 30 yard. That is very good by Wagner. Persicini is still applying the pressure on Ramadan. Persicini looking to gain back spots, of course, losing two since coming out the pits on this stint. Ramadan and Antal back to where he started in 4th place. So up and down race so far, on the way up. At the moment, certainly. So yeah, an interesting tale to be told with that race. Zahentner, look at these two. Bill Joel on the way to the top, and again, Oplite not racing this week. The GT3 car that won, the team that won last week and have got top spot in the championship, they won't be top spot after this. There is, of course, 12 rounds, 3 drop rounds. So plenty of time for them to come back, but it does mean going into round at number 3, Spa next week. Ooh, it's going to be an interesting one. Ooh, and that is a bit deep by the Aston Martin there. It was maybe a bit closer to the Bentley than he anticipated he was going to be at that phase of the corner, and had to back out of it. Steer the car that extra bit right. Let's see what's going on with Dragon. He's still looking for more positions, and he is very quickly caught up to Hoare for the BMP, the Bora Motorsport car, sorry, BMR. What is there going side by side behind? Can we see that from his rear wing? Yes, we can. A whole lot of headlight action that we're going to be watching from now on. I'm sure we get certain cars to use the yellow tint, just for identification. The Honda is an absolute master in a straight line. Look at it, just absolutely chomping its way through that gap. No problem at all. Oh, Hans Meyer maybe having a bit of a problem, more than just a bit of a problem. He's stationary on the way up to turn number 1. That is not what you need. What is he? Car number 116. Let's have a look on his jump back to the pit. Oh, and it's Miato that's behind him. So Hans Meyer, you can see there, are dropping further down the order. I can see he has dropped to the pit, so he will get a 2-minute hold. Oh, yeah, he's touched the grass there. That's robbed him of his momentum, and Aston Martin has given him a bit of contact on the rear, and that has sent him into the shadow realm. Marco Ripper with the yellow flag. He's off track, and so too is Florian Vilmer. So as darkness descends, the contacts increase. Dragon still looking for a way past Roar, but it's now Capdevia who's on the charge back. Let's see what happened with Marco Ripper very quickly. This one again involving Florian Wilner as well. So this was at the turn number 1. Oh, and the Calica car just had so much more pace there. And yeah, the Calica car slowing down to redress the position. Very fairly done. It's cost them a bit of time though. Let's see if they can recover as we keep coverage once again on this captivating battle with Capdevia, Dragon, Roar and Aiden. It's Capdevia who finds himself third car in the train at this point. Don't get a good rear view mirror in that. There we go, that was not bad. Oh, the Honda looking lively once again. Really looking quick. In fact, let's check on to Hentner now. 1 second down, 30 minutes left of the stint. Oh, that's a rocky run through. Meyer in the pits. Oh, Roar is facing the wrong way. He's completely stationary, facing the wrong way, on the way into the Casio triangle. Let's see what's going on here then. Lots of replays to digest. We'll jump on to what I was originally saying is Roar. So he is the light blue car at the in the middle of the 3 cars at the top of the picture there. The Honda behind. The Honda backs right out of it. Oh, and he's just tried to curb his speed to not make contact with the GT4 ahead. Oh, and the Honda's made contact, and he's lost 2 positions. Dragon, it looks like, has lost 2 positions. This is Beagle Racing, so it's not necessarily the car I was looking for, but there has been another incident just further down the grid. Oh, and on the exit to Spoon, that tap on the rear for Ramadan there for Beagle Racing, and that's a few positions dropped there. Dragon is car 120. Let's see what happened here then on the exit. In fact, if we use the Forbidden Far Chase Cam, I think what we'll see is, so, oh wow, that's an avoidant action of the year, and then yes, so much momentum for the 2 Ferraris. Hangs in there, makes a bit of contact on the way to the Casio triangle, holds on to the position somehow. Wow. The sim racing gods smiled upon quite a few cars in that little sequence of events there. Welcome in and thank you for the follow, Way Gook and Alex. And Shalom Shoal. Good afternoon, good evening, welcome in, thank you very much for the follow here at LFM. We've got just over an hour left to decide the outcome of round number 2 of the ACC Drive Endurance Series. 26th place, Florian Vilmer. Looking to make more of a recovery, already up 6 positions, did lose a few a couple of laps ago. Oh, Benjamin Voigt all over the back of Pobedinsky. That's been an interesting battle there. Voigt definitely on his way up. Pobedinsky's made it back up 7 places. In fact, 10 places back to where he started in 5th. 3 since this pit stop. 7 since his first pit stop. So, yeah, that is quite the turnaround. Looking very quick indeed. We does have Benjamin Voigt absolutely breathing down his neck at the minute. Manuel Wagner has definitely separated himself from Zahentner. Now 1.5 seconds is the gap between the top 2 in the race. The top 2 GT3s. So we'll see if Zahentner can find some pace and close that gap up once again. Both in the 59s. Only 3 cars have made it into the 59s. Oh no, sorry, my apologies, 5. Antal's done a 59, Pobedinsky's done a 59, so has Voigt. And in fact, so has Lucas Thrain and Andrea Miato. Yeah, sorry, my apologies. Yes, so 6 cars we've seen in the 59s. Pole position, of course, was a 58. 6 tenths. Was the gap that Zahentner had over the rest of the field, but it doesn't count for anything. If you don't bring home the race win, and certainly in the minute, Wagner is looking to do so. One more pit stop, and that should see us to the end. Yeah, is that correct? One more, I believe. Yeah, 25 minutes left, so that'll take them to just below the 48-minute marker. Nice straight 3-stopper. Stefan Vimazar on his last pit stop just did a drive-through, so I wonder if he's double fueled in the Porsche. But he just did a drive-through. It wasn't for a penalty. It's not often we see the GT3s doing that. GT4s, Christian Weiss for CLW, they did do a drive-through on their last pit stop. Try and gain back some time. I'm sure I mentioned Marco Rippa for GC. They only took on fuel on their last pit stop, and Nalhala Racing as well. They did a drive-through on their previous pit stop. Pascal Lan looks to be out of the race. Has been in the pits for quite some time. Let's see what's going on with Pobedinsky and Persicini. Pobedinsky still looking to get up a spot. Again, he's back running where he started, and that is very close at the turn at number 1. Voigt will be loving what he's seeing ahead of him. Oh, he's going for it up the inside, is he? Oh no, they weren't quite close enough there. The Mustang and the BMW, it did look, I mean the Mustang left more than enough room for the BMW there, but the BMW couldn't find the momentum, or the grip in fact, on that inside line. To carry the momentum and keep him alongside and keep him in the hunt for the position that's left the Mustang running back out in 4th place. It's been a very good run for Live for Race so far, and that is not a good exit and run through turn number 7. The Aston absolutely pushing there on that outside line. The BMW having to scrabble its way through the Degnas. And out with turn at 9 and towards the hairpin we go, with the BMW absolutely pinned under pressure from Voigt here. The Homa Sim Racing eSports car up 5 positions on where they started. Galactic, welcome in. Any relation to Galactus? Are you a herald by any chance? Sorry, terrible reference. But thank you very much for the follow at LFM. Hope you enjoy the racing. Remember, if you do want to get involved in the racing, the best place to do so is LFM. 250,000 drivers, absolutely can't be wrong. 5 different sims all covered. All your driving delights at the palm of your hand. So yeah, jump on board their website and get yourself involved. Many races to take part in. A 12-week series, this one. We're on round at number 2. Spa, Watkins Glen, the Nürburgring, Barcelona, Bathurst to name but a few of the tracks that the drivers will be multi-class racing around this season. And Suzuka so far has absolutely lived up to expectation. That's an hour left to go. And it is still Wagner leading the way. Oh, Captivia with a bit of a yellow flag there. Too much time out with the track limits. That's going to cost him a bit of pace, and it certainly has looked Dragon get ahead. Oh, Croyton and Miyato. What's happened to Croyton? Oh, he's pulled into the pits. Oh, is that a drive-through penalty? I think it might be. Oh, it is as well. It is as well. Anatoly Croyton after a difficult race. Oh, back down positions after serving that drive-through for track limits. It might be quite freeing though. I'd imagine there's going to be at least one or two drivers out there. I've got a track limit warning or two currently hanging over their head. This way. At least he gets to start again. Pobedinski, sorry, still looking to start again. He's got Perisichini absolutely all at sea ahead of him, and Benjamin Voigt still lurking like a predator there. We'll just get the Jaws music playing every time the Homa Sim Racing Esports appear on screen. A bit far back to be indulging in the slipstream with the cars ahead. I'll tell you what, the BMW is going to get a slap on the wrist for that one. That was very, very wide. And it doesn't look like they lost much pace there. Yeah, if you go as wide as that, you really do need to lift a bit, I think. I know, you need to lift a bit. So you don't gain any advantage, and Pobedinski certainly pushing his luck on that front there. It's kept him well ahead, as you can see, of Voigt behind him, and it's kept him very, very, very close to the Live for Race car ahead of him. Oh, it does look like one of their cars has disconnected. 34. Florenti. In the pits, and has been for quite some time. So yeah, at one point was on the podium, or hey, yeah, I'm up in third place. Oh, Pobedinski's got the move done up the inside on the way into the hairpin. He has indeed, and it's an absolutely solid battle, and that really has brought Benjamin Voigt, or kept Benjamin Voigt right in the hunt as well. So that is moved on by Pobedinski, and he'll be very pleased with that. That puts him up for the race. At one point, again, he was down as low as 12th position. He's managed to fight his way back to 4th. That's an absolute tussle. Oh, and Tal. White flag as he's going past. Some blue flags. Benjamin Voigt is a bit closer this time around. With that overtake taking place ahead of him, that has brought him a bit closer this time. Through 130R, and all three of them have made it through pretty safely. Pretty safely this time around. Probably ought to think about that there. And yeah, good last corner by all three. .60 laps gone. Wagner is re-establishing that lead now. 1.5 seconds is the gap, which is a lot bigger than the 0.4 that it was. Krasov still leading the way in the GT4 Sport Club, really looking to strengthen their grip on the championship. 20 seconds ahead of Sunset Outrun, who find themselves back up in second place. Vimasar finds himself stationary at the side of the road. And from the replay, oh, it looks like he's now the back of the car tried its best to let go there on the way through the anti-bank curves up into Dunlop. Yeah, that's not a responsive rear end. Oh, ow, that's a big dent with the BMW. That's Pobodinsky, who's taken a bit of a touch there. Where is... Oh, so he's still in 4th place, so he did get caught up in that. Benjamin Voigt has used that to his advantage, and he has closed that right end once again. So Pobodinsky, after all that work getting the overtake done, very, very, very nearly collected by a spinning Porsche there. Talk about wrong place at wrong time. Does survive though, but is now definitely given up all the slipstream to Voigt behind him. Voigt currently the biggest gainer in... Oh, sorry, my apologies. Andrea Miato is. He's up 13 positions into 10th place. Wow, so really has been getting it done. Up 13 positions. $59.5, $59.6, yeah, consistently in those lows 59s. That could definitely be a car to watch coming into the closing stages. If it can keep that pace up. The track temperature certainly would lean towards keeping those type of temperatures up, given that we're now down to 22 degrees, so a lot cooler than when we started. The track still is at optimum. Oh, and that's not optimum from the car ahead. Benjamin Voigt. That's the Ford Club GT4 class leader, just ahead of them. Bit of indecision, none from Persicini though, through the Degners. Oh, the sparks flying once again from the BMW. Under the bridge we go. Sounds amazing through there. Into the hairpin. And yeah, you can hear the car behind under the bridge. Very close on the brakes. Nice and easy. Does it from the Aston. All three of them make it out there very comfortably indeed. Manuel Wagner still trying to make it as comfortable as possible up at the top. The gap is sitting at 1.3 seconds, so Zahentner, oh no, back down to 1 second, so Zahentner starting to fight back. Let's cheat and see. 15 minutes left of the stint. Oh, there we go, just going past a couple of GT4s. Almost finding their way off track. Persicini. The gap going the opposite way this time. It was Voigt that was well within a second of Persicini, but that's gone the other way this time. So Persicini not keen on giving up that position to Pobodinsky so far. Yeah, definitely not giving up on that one anytime soon. And what is that now? 62 laps for the race leader at 1.3 seconds. Been a solid run so far. Anatoly Kreutin, just on that drive-through as we mentioned, he is back out in 12th position. So not too bad. Down 5 on where they started. It's certainly been an up and down race. Was up 3 positions. Took 3 positions in the second stint, but has just lost them there after that penalty. But yeah, clocking the low 2 minutes, so definitely keep an eye on this for overtakes. Certainly in the final stint. Voigt, Persicini and Pobodinsky. They are now starting to stretch apart a bit. Wagner got the gap back up to 1.5, and in the GT4s, Krasov still got himself a 21 second gap over Lavraggi. So once again, they've went for a double stint in one of their early pit stops like they did last week. It's put them back in the lead of the race, and they've managed to hold on to that. Pretty impressively, it has to be said. We'll see if anyone else double stints closing to close out the race. Of course, Ford Club themselves could still theoretically do another double stint, although they would be pushing it on their last stop. They were only stationary for 32 seconds. Lavraggi 35 seconds. So a bit more fuel taken on there. And Tobias Korn as well, 36 seconds. So the longest pit stop so far by a GT4 driver that doesn't include a penalty. So we'll see what their plans are. Christian Weiss did a drive-through on their third stop. They've been in 3 times, so they are going to come in again in about 2.5 minutes time probably, just to get that in, get back out again and try and keep some heat in the tyres, as it is still diminishing temperature wise. There's a Hentner, sorry, let's jump back on with Voigt. Let's watch this for a moment. If you are watching, remember, do stay hydrated, keep the blood pumping. A few star jumps every now and again. Pour myself a quick drink. Back in a moment. There we go, well lubricated once again, and it looks like we've got a battle for the podium in the GT4s once again. Tobias Gebel for TG Racing, and he's already going for the move. He's up the inside on the exit of the spoon, and he's absolutely got this done. That is TG Racing straight back up to second place. As we come to the end of their penultimate stint, that is a very good move indeed for the Ginetta drivers. A couple of GT4s into the pits. That's 45 minutes left of the race, so of course that will more than clear that final stint. Pobedinsky was having an absolute cracker of a battle as well. As Dragon is, so he's just losing a bit of time there. Voigt has got past Persicini. Oh, because he's facing the wrong way. Oh, he's gone a bit wide on the middle of the Degnars. On the exit, that was that one, so there was another yellow flag. Oh, that is a big hit. And that has sent him completely the wrong way. Oh, that is a bit of a nightmare. That is a bit of a nightmare. Ramadan then down 4 at the minute, Flaig up 4, Thrain down 3, Miato still in 10th place. That's a great drive by him. Ripper comes in at the pits for the GT4s. Ziegan is in and out for the GT3s, that'll be their last planned pit stop. Persicini comes into the pits. Closely followed by a lot of GT4 cars. So it'll be interesting to see. So of course Ripper did stop, Weiss is stopping as well. It looks like, oh yeah, Korn is coming to a stop, so they will be making some adjustments to the car, tyres and petrol. It'll be pit stop soon for these drivers. A Hentner, did we reset? No. On board, my apologies. 6 minutes left of his stint. So that'll take him with to not long left. Oh, Aiden for Strater Racing. Almost getting the move done there on Captivia. Couldn't quite get it done on the exit to 130R. Chasing him down. No, gives up the chase and comes into the pits. Persicini on their way back out. That looks like a fairly full service pit stop. 81 seconds. Oh, was there a penalty popped up on screen that I have somehow missed? My apologies, but yeah, 81 seconds stationary for minus 2.8 and no penalty showing. Certainly as a drive through the stop go. So Persicini, the Live for Race car massively down. So Live for Race are 2 cars in the top 5. I've had one in the pits since lap 52, and the other car has just spent a minute and a half almost stationary in the pits on their last pit stop. Richard Antal then in 3rd place, Pobedinsky in 4th, and Voigt in 5th position. They've still got pit stops to take. They'll be taking them very soon indeed through 130R. 4 minutes, so could get another lap here if they want, could go for the undercut. We'll see what they decide. The Bentley comes in, Zahentner's staying out. So Zahentner is staying out. He's going to get a bit of a slingshot from the GT4 right at the start of the start-finish straight, but he is going to take the lead of the race as Manuel Wagner brings the Firefly Racing race leading car into the pits. Zahentner staying out. Antal is 3rd place now, got a pit stop to take, but just coming through 200R. So Wagner should get back out ahead of him. So we'll see. Zahentner has gone for the overcut. Miato is into the pit, so is Anatoly Kreutin. Thorsten Dragon, he's making a couple of overtakes as these cars are in the pits. Mikhail Krasov. Let's jump on board and see what he's got left of his stint, shall we? Okay. He's got 3 minutes left. So he's going to be coming at the end of this lap as Thorsten Dragon goes firing through there. Pun intended. 2 hours and 20 minutes in, Kreutin Slick Terrell is into the pits as well. In fact, he's on his way back out. But we're on board with the GT4 race leader. He's got Gebel not far behind them. Croydon just exiting the pits there. Pops up as a yellow flag. Ravaji has dropped a bit of time since being overtaken. 5.5 seconds down, so Tobias Gebel really is shifting. Does have a faster lap in this stint than Krasov as well. 20 seconds down, so has made back about a second, but Krasov certainly managing the gap pretty well at the moment. Let's see what Zahentner does. I think he's going to have to come in on this one. I mean, it's close. He could theoretically stay out, but no, decides to err on the side of caution. Coming at the pits, and Tal Ramadan in as well. It's Glatter that is back out behind the wheel of the Firefly Racing team, and they're coming into the hairpin. They did go for the fullest of full service pit stops, 31.9 seconds that were stationary for. Antal Zahentner will of course come to a stop. Here comes the Bentley out of Spoon and onto the back stretch. Svatko comes in for straighter racing as well. That'll be their last planned pit stop. Gebel went for a drive-through as Krasov comes in. Oh no, sorry, Gebel had a drive-through penalty. My apologies. So yeah, that's where that's come from. Glatter in the Casio triangle. Zahentner is still stationary. When will that change though? Zahentner still stationary. Glatter out of the last curve. Turn at number 18, and Zahentner is moving. He is going to temporarily be, no, he's not going to be in temporary lead because Asher Glatter is going to retake it. Zahentner back out. Let's see what the gap between the two of them is. About 2.5 seconds. So that's definitely gone in the favour of Firefly Racing. Zahentner 6/10 longer was stationary for. Pobodinsky into the pits, so too Voigt. Flake, will be coming in, so will Thrain. And Tal may well be staying out, but is a fair bit down to make an impression on the drivers directly ahead. Lavargi out of the pits, went for a drive-through as Gebel is stationary. So yeah, Gebel, that drive-through has cost them. And that is Lavargi up to second place. They only did a drive-through on their final pit stop as well, so did Krasov. And that puts them 1-2. Timo Krobler is in the pits. Tobias Gebel just taking his final pit stop. It does come back out in third. Broiders just coming through the final chicane now. So that will confirm that Gebel's back out in third. We'll see. Krobler is only just coming stationary now. Broiders has had 3 pit stops, comes across the start finish line, so there's going to be a bit of chopping and changing there as Krobler is stationary as well. Pobodinsky with a yellow flag. Voigt, oh no, Voigt just coming out of the pits, that's why he's got a yellow flag. It's a bit strange the way it does that, but Captain Via, he comes in. Thrain on his way out for SimRC Pro-Am team by Barmenia. Flag on the pit exit. So we'll wait till everybody comes out. We'll give that a reset. Andrea Miato is up to 9th place. Wow, what a drive by the 103. That is an absolutely solid run. Up to 9th position. Biggest gain out of anyone in the race so far. Musterman in the pits. Captain is still stationary. Sacha Wittig for CRT. They've had their last pit stop as well. That's then back up to 12th position. So it's still all changing through these final pit stops. Capdevia is on the exit. Musterman still on the stands. Gebel did get back out in third. Broiders is 19 seconds down, but being hunted down by Marco Ripper. So battle for 5th place brewing in the GT4s as the GT3 comes sailing through. Capdevia under pressure. Hans Lou comes out for no skill, just luck. They're up a spot on where they started, 17th place. they've got themselves into at the moment. That looks like everybody's been in, although Persicini. Oh yeah, mega long pit stop. It's saying only 2 stops so far. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's see what's going on with Miato. Miato, in fact, just behind Persicini. So whatever's going on there, it's brought Persicini under serious pressure from Miato. And I tell you what, Miato might well fancy another move here. 13 spots already. Let's make it a 14th. Why not? Why not indeed? Not close enough to get it done into turn 1 this time around. Is Persicini maybe struggling on the tyres, or they maybe put an old set of tyres back on by mistake? Because that is a lot of pace to lose. And a lot of pressure to be soaking up at this stage of the race. Miato really on it at the minute. And that Aston fully on fire. We've also got Ripper on Broders as well. That one looks like it's going to be a close little battle between those two. Very equal sector times there. Gorlick in 15th position. Straighter racing, looking to make back some spots. More battles for Dragon. It's Meerman that's behind the wheel for the closing stage, and it's going to be a battle with Strater's Gorlick all the way. Oh, and he's maybe a bit slow in that middle phase there. The Ferrari really coming into its own over the Honda, right in the middle of the corner. And that is played right into the hands of the Ferrari. Of course, Meerman just needs to keep the car ahead of him until they get to the back stretch, and then it is job done. Oh, that might be easier said than done as a head up into Dunlop. The Ferrari once again having a look just on that corner exit there, tried to get alongside, couldn't quite. The Honda girdering as long as you're getting the foot absolutely down. Oh, Ramadan has had a big off track. Ramadan has had a big off track there, taking over for Irfan, and that is I'm thinking about a contact, maybe Persicini and Miato both making it through. Oh, they really did close in, and he's closing up onto a GT4 ahead of him. Not the easiest to see in these lights. Oh, he's closed up. And he's double contacted. I believe that was the 408. Oh no, I think we're seeing the same thing again. My apologies. Yeah, but that was Pat for Nalhala Racing. Yep, clumsy stuff. And Nalhala well off track there, and that is Ramadan and Irfan. Now down to 9th position. Persicini and Miato go through. Oh, before we can talk about Miato, yep, the final pit stop for Schatzmüller. But let's talk about Andrea Miato. Tatum Restech, and it's certainly been a resurrection. 16 positions. Overall, 14 positions made after stints 1 and 2, and then 5 in the previous stint. I should have probably done that a while ago. There we go. So yeah, very good movement there through the field for Miato. Meerman looking for more overtake still. He has just been overtaken by Gorlick, looking to take the position back, so Gorlick did get it done. And it looks like it was on the start-finish straight. So very nicely done indeed. Dragon now down to 15th position. Krasov still got a commanding lead of 24 seconds over Livraji. Gebel 22 seconds down. Ripper looking to close in on 4th. He's only a second and a half behind. And in 7th, Daniel Duer looking to catch up on Grenier. In 7th position. So definitely still positions up for grabs there with the GT4s as well. Capdeville with 2 seconds down on Meerman, who's less than a second down on Gorlick with half an hour to go. And new fastest lap, Zehentner 1 minute 58.5, throwing his hat into the ring for the fastest car. So they had the consistency. They're now starting to show the pace, and that gap is down to 1 second once again. So it's a hint. They're certainly it's the same as the last stint. Exactly the same phase of the stint when Zahentner really started putting the pressure on Glatter. He's going to have to make it stick this time though, because there's no more stints left. We've got 30 minutes left until the teams pack up and head to Spa, so any points that you want, you need to take them now. And Glatter will be on full defensive mode in that Bentley for, as I say, 29 minutes left. Capdevia looking very close. Let's see what's going on there. No, sorry, that's Gorlick. There is Capdevia. So yeah, Gorlick, sorry, just at the front of this group. Capdevia still trying to find his way past the, or back past the Dragon Honda. Not quite able to find the way as yet, but certainly, as you would expect, looks so much quicker through the twisty stuff than that Honda. Oh, they're almost trading paint as they head up through turn 7. But they do manage to survive, and is that a side-by-side ahead of them? Oh, yeah, no, they've got a GT4. Oh! And that is Meerman, made huge contact there with the GT4 car, and that sees him ejected from that battle. That is quite the charge. He's gone for it, yeah, the Mercedes doing what it could to get out of the way. Oh, and the Honda just running a bit wide after touching those curves, and that is all over for Meerman. That drops them well out of contention for 15th at the minute, and Capdevia, that puts a fair gap between himself and Gorlick now, 1.8 seconds. So Gorlick definitely a beneficiary on that one. We've still got Schatzmüller and Wittig looking close. Andrea Miato not content with 16 places up to 7th, is looking for another one at the expense of Tim Flake. I tell you, I thought we were seeing a masterclass from the Bentley up at the front. Aston absolutely getting the job done. Just incredible pace and consistency, and been caught up in so many battles as well. But it's still absolutely firing on. And yeah, still looking for more spots in the closing stages. Hanslow as well for the no skill just luck team. Looking pretty rapid just now as well. Coming up on the back of Vervoort for BMR and Meerman for Dragon. Both of them involved in incidents, and that's brought Hans Lou very much into focus for them. Still as you were in the GT4s. Yep, they're still looking solid, the top three. Fort Club again going to strengthen their grip on the championship after 2 rounds. Both their cars doing well last season, and Miato's got it done. Miato's already got it done. Wow, he's up to 6th position. 59.1 backed up by a 59.7. Pops in the overtake on Tim Flake, and that is Miato up 17 position. Yeah, wow, 16 places. Just looking at the telemetry on his lap times, it's the consistency is absolutely off the charts, as you would expect to make up that many spots in this period of time. 2.5 hours for 17 places. That is pretty good going. That it's a decent bang for your buck, I think it's safe to say. Capdevia looking for more spots, this time at the expense of Strater once again. It's Gorlick that is the intended victim this time, and for Boers, after a difficult stint for the car previously, they have been gifted another chance to get past the Dragon Racing team after they made contact with another car. That's brought these two, as you can see, very close together with only 25 to go. Max BB Twitch, thank you very much for the follow at LFM. Welcome in. As I say, we're just coming to the closing stages of the 3-hour race. Blue flags just disrupting that battle. I believe that's Antal. Yes, it is. Third place driver making his way through. Still only a second between the top two as well, up at the front. It's on an absolute knife edge, and they do have constant traffic to deal with. We've got a couple of yellow flags popping up there, a few late incidents for both classes in fact. This one is Capdevia. Let's see what's happening here. It goes up the inside of the Maserati GT4. Oh, and that's a big bump, and the Ferrari tries to give the position back in the Maserati. Gives the Ferrari a bump. So yeah, it's all fine and well giving the position back, but you do need to make sure you're in a clear position to do so. Yeah, there is Schatzmüller there, 12th place. Still closing in on Wittig for Khaled. Good race for them up 2 spots. They were down at one point. They've actually made back. They're up 2 on where they started, but they have made 4 overall. So 2 more than where they started, but they have made back 4 positions because they were down 2 as well. Is where I was going with that one. Made that very confusing. Oh, Zahentner. Always looking to make it a grandstand finish now. 3/10 of a second now separating the top 2. They've got another GT4 to navigate on the way through Spoon. Oh, and it's just appeared there. He's had to readjust himself. Oh, they've almost made contact. Side by side they go. Nose to tail they go. And Aston Martin is going to try and saddle up that Bentley on the way into the Casio Triangle. The Bentley gets a very, very, very good exit though. Got past the GT4 at just the right time. Completely unfettered exit for Glatter. And Zahentner is chasing, using as much width of the track as he can. It's not going to get him what he needs here though. Oh, neither is that. That was a little bit too much conviction on the curves there. It's unsettled the car just that microsecond. And that is going to give the Bentley free breathing space into turn number 1 as that goes above half a second. 77 laps, of course. The car we're on board was Zahentner, was the car that took pole position with a 58.7, 6/10 quicker than anyone else in qualifying. But it was the Bentley that very early took the lead and they've never looked back. Apart from the pit stops, it has been the Bentley leading the way. And they're certainly looking to do so for the next 22 minutes. Schatzmüller is still all over the back of Wittig, and I mean all over the back of Wittig. In turn number 1, this could be a side-by-side attempt. Oh yeah, pulled out the slipstream. Yeah, he was unfortunately not quite close enough. Just ran out of straight there. Certainly not running out with talent anytime soon by the look of it. He's all over the back. Well, oh, Zahentner all over the back of the Bentley once again. So through the twisty stuff, Zahentner absolutely getting it done. Did they have traffic there? Oh, maybe a bit of traffic through the Degners. Compromising Glatter just that little bit, but that's them back to within 3/10. We'll keep an eye on Schatzmüller. Oh, yellow flag for Voigt. He now looks like he's moving time. Is Miato going to get another position? Oh, that gap is huge. Oh no, it's just readjusted. Let's check the gap with Miato. Where is... Oh yeah, Voigt is a bit up the road, so did lose a bit of time. But should manage to finish ahead if he keeps this up, although 2:02.9 on that last lap. Absolutely can't afford to do that anymore. Let's see what the Aston Martin can do. These two now, only 20 minutes left, only 4/10 separating them once again. It is Zahentner who once again holds the fastest lap of the race after taking pole position. It is wild how quickly they get through turn number 1 and 2. Absolutely throw it in. Fort Club driver there, just a... Oh, Zentner, 3 wheels on the grass. He got himself a little bit unsettled there, but did survive. That's going to give Glatter that little bit of breathing space. I think, yeah, that is Krasov that we just went past there. A bit of a flash of the lights, another flash of the lights from Krasov as another GT3 car goes through. Not happy with the treatment he's receiving from the faster class. B-Mark. Oh, wow! Schatzmüller completely stationary. Car 111. Let's watch that again. So into turn number 1. Sorry, out with turn number 2. They've got Gebel just ahead of them. Oh, and such an unfortunate contact. Keeps it out of the wall by a couple of feet. But yeah, that is a drop in position. They wouldn't have been planning this far into the race. Zahentner now 1.3 seconds down, so that little coming together has certainly worked in his favour. The race leader, Varmerdam, as well for CLW. He is all over the back of Doyer. We've already seen Doyer in the walls. This is to stay in the top 10 in the GT4s. The Mercedes not able to find a way past on this occasion. I don't think it's going to be very long. Brueders, of course, for Khaled. The lead Mercedes, then it's the Maserati. And then a lot more Mercedes as some Ferraris come and join from the GT3 classes. Jordi Capdevia also joining in with the overtaking action. Still trying to get his way past Gorlick for Strater. Not quite able to do so. Will we see some worldly moves? The Bentley is just too powerful at the straight. Only if Glatter commit a mistake he loses the first place. Yeah, it's looking that way. But what a race so far, an excellent commentator. Thank you very much, B. Marquez. I'm glad you are enjoying. We've also got Enigma. Oh, no. Enigmatic Emma. My goodness me, I made hard work of that. It's amazing what they say about adults overthinking things. But yes, Enigmatic Emma. There we go. A mystery wrapped in an enigma. Yes, apologies for butchering the name on the first goes. Hopefully it provided a bit of a giggle. Welcome into LFM. I hope you're enjoying the racing so far. We've had 2 hours and 43 minutes so far. We've got 17 minutes left of this round. Oh, and we've got Vimazar off track. Let's see what's happened here. So out with Snake. Oh, bit of a wiggle on the way with Snake. That doesn't bode well for the anti-bank cars. The back of the car stepping out, using the accelerator to balance it back out. But yeah, not just unable to get a grip on the direction of the car. Finds it the wrong way. Zahentner still only a second behind. What has he got in the tank? The link for LFM socials and Patreon both in the chat as well. So jump on to the Discord on the website. Jump on the Patreon as well to help support LFM in their quest as the largest sim racing provider out there. Some incredible races for all platforms and sims. So get yourself involved, and of course everything broadcast in German, English and Spanish across YouTube and Twitch. Yep, covering as much ground as humanly possible. Yeah, no wonder with the racing that we get on display. In the GT4s, they're still absolutely going at it as they always are at every stage of these races. It's Ripper trying to get past Carlos Brodeurs at the moment. This of course will give him 4th position. As Gebel is still trying to catch back up to Lavraji. Lavraji looking like he's got a very good lead. Varmerdam as well, looking very quick behind Daniel Duer. Another car race team. Oh, and there's been a bit of contact there. And yep, he's going to redress that position as soon as he can. Carlton Racing ended up facing the wrong way. And yeah, I don't think... Is he going full speed? I'm not sure. I think he might redress that position. I think he figures he might just take the punishment because the other car ended up completely the wrong way. Oh, and he's gone round the Pixel Pilots, almost losing the spot there. Just as we jump on board, it's Fabian Park for Buckholz. They're top 5 in the championship after round number 1. They'll be looking to bring a few more points home here today before Spa next week, and he's really got a motoring exit out of the out of Spoon and along the back stretch into 200. The cameraman can't keep up, just like myself. But the Pixel Pilots do manage to hold on to the position for the moment. Very close in the Casio Triangle. He's right on the inside of those curves. We're going to need to watch the penalties, and we're going to need to watch Ripper as well. He looks like he is very close to that Carlton Racing car. Not quite finding the way past at the moment. We've also got Captivia, who looked like he was going to be losing a couple of spots. He's certainly come right back into it. And as he's still all over the back of Gorelick. Oh, Zahentner is now only a tenth of a second. Oh, behind the Bentley. Here we go again. These two have been going at it hammer and tong for huge chunks of the race, and it's going to continue right down to the end. We've got 13 minutes left to go, so approximately 7 laps. We'll see which one of them can hold on. As we're saying in the chat, the Bentley, as long as he doesn't make a mistake, too much power in a straight line, can Glatter hold her nerve into the closing stages. It's no mean feat. It's not, of course, it's not just about holding your nerve. It's about dealing with other traffic and the diminished visibility the drivers will now be dealing with. Of course, a lot of them will be in that view there. Plenty of lights on the track, but it doesn't necessarily make it easier when you're flicking through them like that. Absolute full commitment through 130R once again and into the Casio Triangle. I love the sight of the flames firing out of those exhaust pipes at night. It does look very good. Mustang as well, of course. But it is the Bentley that's going to start another lap in the lead. Sasha Glatter for Firefly Racing, second in qualifying, very quickly into first at the start of the race, and they have stayed there. They are looking to continue to do so. Krasov, after his little interactions with the GT3s, almost saw him off track there. He has managed to settle back down. Got himself into an absolutely incredible rhythm around here in the Porsche. It's no mean feat in a Porsche. 26 seconds ahead currently of Sunset Outrun with a late charge in qualifying. We've got a late charge in the race as well. Marco Ripper looking for an overtake. He is getting very close still to Broders in the Carlton Racing Mercedes. Oh wow, we're going to get rain in 30 minutes. After the race is finished, we're going to get rain. Ain't that always the way, folks? Ain't that always the way? So yeah, not any rain on track during the race. The drivers, I'm sure, eternally grateful for that one, but that certainly would have been a nice little finish to get the last 30 minutes in the rain. I would have absolutely loved to have seen that. But we have been denied by the sim racing gods on that one. Let's see if Zahender is going to be denied this race win. Currently got the fastest lap still. Was held for a while by the Bentley, but the Aston is coming back at him. 1 minute 58.5, so slightly quicker than the quality time of 1 minute 58.6 that was set. Casio Triangle. I mean, we're saying it's all about the Bentley. If he doesn't make a mistake, it's very easy to not make a mistake and still find yourself out of position when you've got so much traffic to deal with. And as much as there is plenty of overtaking opportunities around here, there's certainly corners where it's less fortuitous than others. Oh, Vimazar is stationary once again. The Porsche driver really not having a good outing today. No penalties for, no drive-throughs or penalties for track limits so far, but certainly been off track several times and picked up a fair bit of damage on quite a few of those occasions. Looks like that might be the case once again. We'll stay on board with this battle for the overall race lead though. As I say, Krasov is 27 seconds now ahead of Lavraji. Tobias Gebel is definitely moving quicker than Lavraji. In fact, 6 seconds down and 2 seconds a lap quicker. Ooh. Yeah, that one could get interesting very quickly. Oh, speaking of getting interesting quickly. Sebastian Zahentner. Remember us, Mr. Broadcaster? The GT3s, and we know the GT4s usually provide a lot of action, but yep, we are on it today, and they absolutely are. Can Zahentner force the mistake? Can Glatter get through the traffic as safely as possible with less than 10? Less than 10 to go, and we're on the back stretch. So we'll finish this with about 8 and a bit minutes to go. So yeah, that's another 4 laps. Excellent stuff. Look how much momentum that Aston Martin is having a look into it in the last corner. He's not going to be close enough though, but he is going to manage to keep it close all the way through the corner. Absolutely on the edge from the Aston Martin driver, and I tell you what, the Bentley getaway doesn't look as impressive as it normally does. GT4 car might have had a bit to do with that, and you can see, look, very quickly pulls on to the driving line, of course, cuts off the slipstream for the car that's chasing him. Oh, it's not deterred them in any way, shape or form. It's a Hentner. That is full commitment in the Aston Martin. His tyres are going to be absolutely squealing. 21 degrees. So it's definitely in the decent temperature window, and it's a short stint as well, actually. So, yeah, they came in with about 35 minutes left. So, yeah, the tyres are absolutely there to be wrung dry. We've got 210 separating now. Oh, Persis Cini as well, looking to try and get repass Flag to get himself back up to 7th position. Miato now 7.2 down on Voigt, so it does look like his epic charge through the rankings has been stopped. 17 positions though. That is an absolute Herculean effort. Oh, and they've gotten so close in the braking zone, they've almost made contact, but the Aston Martin's managed to keep out of the back of the Bentley, out of the hairpin and into 200R. It's back to half a second between the two of them. Oh, and time is absolutely ticking away, and the wind as well, actually, I've just realised there. Up to 11 kilometres an hour. That will definitely make a difference when you're on the brakes. On Lavraji. Oh no, sorry, it's Vimazar that's coming to the pits. I thought Lavraji had come into the pits from 2nd place there. Well, I tell you, I was saying that he was safe in 2nd. Absolutely is not. Gebel now, only 3.9 seconds down. Lavraji, I'm not sure if he's had a bit of an issue there as the GT3 cars went past, but certainly that time is absolutely dropping. At this rate, Gebel is absolutely on at least a catch at Lavraji, and could well have enough time to get a move done. Krasov. Oh, that's because Vimazar's in the pits, right? Okay. Persis Cini still trying to find places for Live for Race, but it is the Henter that we need to get back on board with. Come on, cameraman, there we go. Because these two, he's absolutely not giving up the hunt here, and rightfully so. It really is moving very, very, very fast indeed. Oh, the Bentley right on the edge there. Oh, and it just misses that apex on the way out of the deck. There's just little things like that that can make a whole world of difference. Because the Bentley's definitely got an advantage. on the corner exits. It's a beast in a straight line, but the Zahender at the minute is putting every single bit of faith into the grip of that Aston Martin as humanly possible, it looks like. Full committed, borderline sliding on his way out of the corners to carry as much speed as he can. Knows it's a short stint. You only need 30 minutes out with you only need like 35 minutes out with these tyres at 21 degrees. That is open season, absolutely. And it's all going to be about Glatter's defensive work and just keeping it smooth on those corner exits. Again on the exit to 130R, the Aston closes up towards the Casio Triangle. Gets his front wheel alongside into the Casio Triangle, but it's not enough. It is not enough once again. He is absolutely probing though. And that has dropped him back a fair bit now though. That's put him back 7/10 of a second. He did get a yellow flag there. Oh, now that's a thing as well actually. Glatter might be driving safely because he's one penalty away from a drive-through. Because this is Spa, that is always a possibility. Does anyone know if either of these two happen to be streaming their races? Oh, he's put it on the gravel. Is that the mistake that sees the undoing of the race lead? No, he's been wrestled onto the outside lines of Hentner, trying to take advantage of that mistake there by the Bentley driver. Not able to get it done though. It was pretty close to game over for the race leader there, but has managed to hold on to his position. How much longer is he going to hold on to it for? Is this going to be... Was that at the moment where he settles and realises that he needs to just keep it between the mayo and the mustard, or is that going to unsettle him completely? They do have a GT4 Mercedes, of course. There's always a GT4 Mercedes. To get themselves past. Nicely done, nicely done. So yeah, both sailing through there. 3.5 to go. Persicini still looking for an overtake as well. Marco Ripper within a second, and Tobias Gebel was closing the gap very quickly. That has stemmed ever so slightly. We're down to 2.8 seconds. It was only 4/10 quicker than Lavraggi on that last lap. Krasov third quickest out of the top three, but still got an impressive, it's well over 25 seconds of a gap. Oh, Flake and Persicini almost under contact, and another bit of contact there through 200R, a bit of bump drafting. 130R, a bit of bump drafting through the Casio Triangle. A little bit of bump drafting across the start-finish line. They're going to get this lap and one more. We are on to the final countdown. Who is going to bring home the race win? It's Glatter for Firefly. Oh, he's almost gone sideways. Or is he just right on the racing line there? That looked very close to sideways there. The headlights are still absolutely chasing them down. Persicini as well. Oh, Voigt. Oh, Voigt with a big off-track moment on the way out with the Degnas there. Was not expecting that as he went past the GT4 car and Miato. Yeah, is he about to be gifted another position? Oh, and Krasov is the car again. That's a GT4. He's been caught up quite a few times. And the gap is now down to 14 seconds. Yeah, Krasov losing. Oh, it's gone back to 20 seconds. So yeah, he's lost a few seconds there. Still got 20 in the bag, but so has Lavraggi, and Gebel is now 1.5 seconds behind. He's coming through 200R. Lavraggi is only just going into spoon. He is right on his rear spoiler. That final podium position certainly not decided, and I think the race, safe to say the race win here, not decided either. They come flashing under those stadium lights in full use now. Only 8:41 local time, but it is absolutely pitch black out there. 21 degrees. Do still have a bit of sun popping out, hence the track still maintaining a bit of temperature. Down from 28 where it started, the wind up from like 3 or 4 kilometres to 11. Certainly does make it. There we go, confirmation, final lap. Ooh, they're out in the GT4 traffic once again. Up the inside they go, that is the Fort Club, and that is... Oh, that's Miato off track. So Miato finds his way off track in the closing stages, so he won't be closing in on Voigt. Persichini still trying to get past Flags ahead, though still trying to get past Glatter. And... Oh, Vimazar's come out the pits in amongst the GT4s. Gebel now 1.3 seconds down on Lavraji. He's going to need an absolute wonder. He was 1.7 seconds quicker than him on the previous lap. He's absolutely got the pace on this lap to catch him. Oh, he does have a GT3 car poking his nose in. Want to try and get past. Let's see what's going on with the head. There's still half a second of a gap there. Out with the hairpin to come there is the Pixel Pilots. They make their way past into Spoon for the final time of asking who's going to come out. Oh, for Boers with a yellow flag right at the death as well. Persichini is still close, but we're still watching the top two. They're coming out of Spoon. Do you have an eye? Gebel's within 4 tenths. Gebel is within 4 tenths for second place. TG Racing going to steal second. On the last lap. Fort Club looking good for the win. It's Sasha Glatter for Firefly Racing, who's got the lead of the race still. Started in second, took the lead of the race halfway through the first lap, and into the final corner he's got the lead. Not close enough this time. He was a lot closer the last time around. Surely not going to be able to get it done here. The masterful exit of the Bentley is going to be all conquering. Aston Martin really is pushing him all the way, practically bump drafting him in and out, in and out. The gap between them is going to be less than half a second as they cross the line. That is absolutely incredible driving between the two of them. It is Firefly Racing 1/10 of a second between Firefly and Sim RC. It seems ironic that it's the team that were leading that was called Firefly, because it was the Hendler that was like a firefly all over the back of him there. And Tal will round out the podium, and Gebel is within 4 tenths. Mikhail Krasov, and this is another one that's going to be separated by a second. Lavraji wiggles across the line, quick flash of the lights. He'll be very happy with that. Mikhail Krasov as well. Fort Club take a back-to-back wins in the Endurance Series. Lavraji in second, and Gebel in third. Richard and Tal just exiting Spoon Curve. What a race that was. 1/10 of a second between the top two. Absolutely incredible stuff. It's why we all come rushing to watch LFM races, let's face it. Absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. A few more yellow checker flags have been handed out. Miato finishing in 6th place, up 17 positions. I mean, surely on for driver of the day there. That is, yeah, quite the run. And there's Antal crossing the line to round out the GT3 podium. But it is, of course, the Bentley of Sasha Glatter. What a win for him. And the team, of course, that's going to give them quite a few points in the standings. We'll get a quick look at those in a moment or two. And in fact, I'm going to very quickly grab the replay while I can. Yeah, confirmed as well. Fastest lap did go to Zahentner and Road. So phenomenal drive by them. They took pole position, took the fastest lap of the race, couldn't quite get the race window from the Bentley. Bentley, Aston Martin, Ferrari, BMW, Aston Martin in the top 5 in the GT3s. And in the GT4s, I've got Porsche, Mercedes, Ginetta, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Klimov in the Maserati, finishing in 6th place. So an absolutely incredibly diverse finishing for those results. That is still Austria. We'll have them back up in a moment. It does look like the server is still running. As I say, Antal in third place. Powodinski coming back to fourth with Voigt and Giraud in fifth. Miato with that incredible sixth place. Flake in seventh, and Persichini live for race in eighth. Ramadan and Irfan inside the top 10, but did drop a few positions there, finishing in ninth, with Kreuton finishing in 10th. Khaled just outside the top 10 with Wittig and Laugenberg in 11th position. In the GT4s, Krasov, absolutely incredible work in the Porsche. Lavraji and Gebel second and third. Khaled picking up a fourth place and a seventh, in fact, so a lot of points for the team in the standings. Ripper in fifth for GC Racing. Klimov in sixth, with Park and Korn in eighth. It was the Pixel Pilots that finished in ninth, in Varmerdam and Weiss, bringing up the rear of a group of four Mercedes, finishing seventh through 10th in the GT4s. We should be able to get those confirmed results up. Bear with me a moment. Yeah, so there we go. Ford Club in first, Sunset in second, TG third, Khaled in fourth, GC in fifth with Lapke in sixth, Khaled in seventh, and Buchholz in ninth. Pixel Pilots in ninth place, and CLW rounding out the top 10, just ahead of Lynx Racing and Nalhala Racing. Generational Racing and LMP finishing in 13th and 14th place. And in the GT3s, there we go. Firefly confirmed at the top with SimRC in second. Richard Antal in third. We Play ahead of Home of Sim Racing in fifth. Tatum Restech in sixth with SL in seventh. Live for Race in eighth. Bigo in ninth. And Team 32 in 10th position, just ahead of Khaled Racing's second car in 11th position. What does that do for the standings? Moment, that looks like that is still last week's after one round, so we'll see if they update. We are, of course, here for the ACC Drive Endurance Series. Red Bull Ring and Suzuka now firmly in the rear view mirror. We look onwards to my beloved Spa. Absolutely cannot wait. That will, of course, be the 27th next week. After that, Kailami, Mazzano, and Watkins Glen to round out the first half of the season. They'll be followed by Imola, Brands Hatch, Bathurst, Barcelona, Silverstone, and the Nürburgring. So another absolutely incredible calendar. And of course the drivers looking to win one of 10 ACC Drive lifetime licenses. So absolutely all to play for there. Let's see if we do have the updated standings. Okay, so not quite updated as yet, but they will be on the website, so make sure you get over there and get yourself signed up. All of the socials in the chat as well, and of course the Patreon link if you want to help support LFM and all of the amazing work they do with the racing on offer. So yeah, get yourself signed up. That's all from me for this week, though. Do enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be back on Thursday night with the Pro Series. I believe it's Christian Romano taking us through that one. And we'll be back, of course, for my beloved Spa next week. I believe I get the pleasure to sit and watch that one. So I'll be enjoying the show much like yourselves. Thank you to everyone that's followed on the Twitch channel, and of course all the likes and love on the YouTube channel as well. I'm not getting notifications for those at the moment, but thank you to anybody that has. If you've not jumped over to the YouTube channel or the Twitch channel or vice versa, please make sure you do support the multi-platform streaming work that LFM do. Great to see the races covered English, German and Spanish across the two platforms. Everyone covered. But yes, I think it's time to go lie down in a darkened room. 1/10 of a second between the top two after 3 hours of racing. Only at LFM. Till next time, stay safe, take it easy. Have a great rest of your night. Good night.